Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Dead Don Lewis, and with me tonight is that bitch, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, I promise you right here and right now, damn it, that unlike them animal rats people and that bitch Carol Baskins, I will show up all the time, on time, every time, for a good time.
Yeah. Up next is Doc Utam.
I have 20 tigers. Who wants to get married?
And finally, the man himself, Kendo Exotic.
See, I don't know where all these people get these weird ideas about me and tigers, but I know that bitch Carol Baskin, she done fed her husband to a tiger, and you'll find him buried in that there septic tank. What kind of a world do we live in where I am the most sane fucking person on this TV show? I am the least scuzzy scumbag on this show, and I ain't a good dude either. What the fuck's going on with all that, motherfucker?
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's gonna be that
We
kind
knew
of
it.
fucking
We
night.
fucking knew it.
Oh. So I am that bitch Carol Baskin's husband, the dead Don Lewis, and she did feed me to a fucking tiger. I have proof.
Yeah, she covered you in sardine oil and then fucking fed you to the tiger.
Damn it,
Yeah.
I told him not to put that shit on my boots, sons of bitches. The tiger attacked me and ain't nobody come to help me. Shoot
Every
you in the head,
time.
bitch.
Every time Carol Baskin speaks on that show is the exact reason why defendants are always recommended never to testify on their own behalves.
Oh my god. That's
when they're like, oh, I want to take the stand. No. The lawyer's like, no, you are not taking the stand.
So, guys, we got a big show tonight. It's not all Joe Exotic, though it should be. We have all sorts of stuff we're going to talk about. Comics, Star Wars, all that shit. But first, let's start the show like we always do by thanking our newest patron. So we have Russell Nash, who joined us at the top tier. So, Russell, thank you very much. Folks, if you are a patron, you just got the Raiders of the Lost Ark video level. So you can watch the movie along with us while we were drinking. It was fun. It's best to do it live, but if you can't do it live, well, fuck it. Catch it over on Patreon. That's the best experience we can offer you.
Just
We also gave our wrestling. Yeah, pretend it's live. You know, every time we make a joke, say, hey, that's a good one, Dion. Just shit like that. You know, it'll work. Trust me.
And just PayPal is your super chats with the questions. We'll answer it eventually.
Yeah.
We'll all drink. No, but you also got our WrestleMania pre-show / looking back at WrestleMania history. Because Kendo and I, Dion, I know you would love to have been there. What's your favorite WrestleMania?
Oh, I gotta go with 30, dude. I was there, especially after years of trying to go. The main event, the ending, the opener, the whole trip. I gotta go with 30, hands down.
Excellent choice. Nick, do you have a favorite one?
Mine is the first one. The first one I went with you guys to. That was awesome.
34?
What a great
It was yeah, that was it. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun because it was my first trip and for my first WrestleMania. So I was just like, this is gonna be fucking awesome, and it was a great trip.
And those beans that we got, fucking fantastic.
How
they
did
smoke
they
them?
smoke them?
Yeah, dude, it was an awesome trip, man. It was great. We had a good goddamn time. We got to do some fun shit. It was, we drank the entire time. It was great.
That's what we need to do next time we're together. We should play the Tiger King drinking game.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
And so I was just drinking every time, just constantly drinking, never stopping because everything.
Pretty much.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I'll share you the rules to the Tiger King drinking game, and you can tell me if you'll die. It's pretty basic.
Great.
Folks in the chat, you could tell us if you could hang with the Tiger King drinking game. Let's see. Let's share this. Boom. By the way, we're playing a game tonight, folks. Nothing to do with Joe Exotic, actually. Something to do with our quarantine that we're all going through. So here we go, folks. There's the Joe Exotic drinking game. Take a drink every time someone says Carol Baskin's full name. You guys should play this tonight with our show.
Jesus Christ.
You have to follow your shot with that bitch. Take a drink anytime someone is shirtless on screen.
Oh God.
Take a drink whenever someone fires their weapon or points it at the camera.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, when I watched it, I was just like, fucking. I was like, stop pointing a gun at me, Joe. Stop pointing a gun at me, man.
He is so majestic. Take a drink whenever they show that bitch Carol on her Wicked Witch of the West bike. Take a drink whenever Joe curses.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take 2 drinks every time someone is attacked by a cat. And take 2 drinks anytime Joe Exotic's song is played.
Oh, jeez.
I
mean,
saw Tiger.
that first episode, that first episode, you'd be feeling pretty damn good about life.
Well, not just because you're drinking, but because of the characters you're
rights
watching.
abuses, but who cares? I'm drinking right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm glad I brushed my teeth as a kid.
Now, folks, today's game is the quarantine game. Let me just share this real quick, too. So what it is, and guys, you can obviously play. I hope you do. Your quarantine name. So your quarantine name is the last thing you ate and your high school mascot. So I'd be the Beef Jerky Panther.
I'm the Pizza Panther.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'd be the what's it? Pancake Highlander.
Yes.
I'd be the Soup Warrior.
Soup Warrior, Pancake Highlander are fucking good. Folks in the chat, can you top the Pancake Highlander? I don't think you can. So we'll be playing that all night tonight during the show because, we're all stuck inside still, and we want to have fun.
Yeah,
so that's what tonight's show is all about.
I got to venture outside when the sun was out, and it was weird.
It was glorious, I bet.
It was glorious because like driving through Pigeon Forge, the entire town is dead, and like seeing it that dead is just kind of like that only happens in like the middle of winter, like after Christmas kind of thing, and it's just absolutely dead now, and there's nobody outside, there's no cars anywhere, like it's just really haunting. Like cops are everywhere though. The cops are everywhere for some reason. I don't know why. Like nobody's speeding, nobody's doing anything. Do you really need to bust somebody going 3 miles over the speed limit? Is that what needs to happen? Like, what are you doing?
They're busting you to make sure your ass goes home.
See, I've got the reverse problem here. 1, I ain't in quarantine. Life is normal. And 2, our county sheriff has come out and said he is not enforced. I guess I should do this as Joe Exotic because I live in a place that suddenly seems like that. And that local sheriff, he ain't enforcing that their stay-at-home order. He said, this is America, goddammit. And we're going to just go wherever we want. You ain't got to be afraid of that there COVID-19. You just go on and do about your life, and you do whatever you want, motherfucker. Fuck that bitch Carol Baskin. Fucking bitch fed her husband to a tiger.
Oh my god.
That's life where I live. It's
you know what?
God,
I'm waiting for Spirit Halloween to release the Halloween costume of Joe Exotic.
Dude, they've already ordered 100 of them, but they're from China, so they can't get them.
You laugh about that. Jessie wants to go out as Joe Exotic, and she wants me to be her tiger for Halloween.
No, there's
of course.
Yeah, geez, that's a fucking fantastic image because you know what he did with those tigers.
Oh,
and the tiger saw man.
I bet he did. He felt it too.
So I'm looking at some of the names that our friends in the chat are going to have as their quarantine name. We have Boneless Wing Eagle. I really like that.
Good one.
That's good.
Roast Beef Rocket.
That sounds like a sex maneuver.
We should. It's no longer your dick. It's now your roast beef rocket.
Right. Pound that beef.
And what do you wear over your roast beef rocket? A steak Trojan.
Of course.
This might be my favorite. The Baconator Colonial.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah. That's how we beat the British.
Yeah, with the Baconators.
Right.
And then the Ramen Red Devil. I like that one too.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Chicken Fried
Fantastic
Panther. A Sourdough Jack Panther. All right, a lot of
Orange Chicken Condor, even better. Orange Chicken Condor sounds like you get something at a seedy restaurant. You have to order it off menu.
Orange Chicken Condor sounds like that would cause COVID-20. Okay, so calm down.
Yeah, well, those markets are still open over there, Nick.
Yeah, well, people got to eat.
By the way,
Yes,
Jesse,
live bats.
the chat suggests you go as that bitch Carol Baskin, and I should go as a pile of tiger shit because I could be her ex-husband Don that way.
Just if she goes as Carol Baskin, or if she goes as Carol Baskin,
That
you
bitch.
should go as her new husband, and you guys can pose in that weird photograph where he was all down and she had him by the leash. Because she's gonna choke him with it and feed him to the fucking tigers like she did her other husband, and then threw him in that fucking septic tank, motherfucker.
I don't know if you're Joe Exotic or Jim Cornette. I don't care.
She fed him that tiger. She's a heel.
Oh my god.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Oh man.
So, folks, Kendo, I want to bring it down a peg for a second.
Okay.
I got some bad news for you.
God damn it.
Top Gun 2 has been delayed till December.
I can live with that.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
cool. I was worried the show was going to melt down quickly.
Well, you know why it happened. Because that bitch, Carol Baskin. How long before we get sued by her?
We're just
She
quoting a
ain't-
TV show.
Yeah, but I say she ain't suing nobody. She spent most of her money trying to sue Joe.
All
Oh,
she's got to
God.
do is kill another husband and feed it to a tiger.
I don't know that one dude doesn't look rich enough for her to shoot. and
No,
be put under the septic
no.
tank.
No,
That gentleman is the definition of cuck. You look up cuck in the
dude,
definition.
100%, man.
You got Howard Baskin or whatever his name is, his picture right there.
No, 100%, man. No, he is the equivalent of a cuck, and he likes the money, he likes the fancy clothes, he likes the lifestyle. He's not fucking that up for anything.
Yeah, that's a nice ass button up denim shirt he had on, real high level.
Yeah. Yes, we can blame that bitch Carol Baskin for the pandemic.
Why not?
All right. So, also, I wanted to bring up something that I saw online. This could be cool if it's true. I doubt it is. But X-Men the Animated Series, we all know it and love it, correct?
Hell yeah.
Any favorite episodes or memories of the show?
Oh, I mean, so many. The alternate future with Wolverine and Storm, where they were married.
That's a good one.
Oh my god, that's a great one. When that alien AI was coming over and taking over the Earth, and they started taking over the X-Men, and only Beast got away.
Oh, COVID X?
Yes, that was a great one. Oh my god, so many fucking goddamn! I love that.
Well,
X-Men animated show.
there's a rumor, and to me it's reaching, but I don't know. X-Men the Animated Series sequel may be coming to Disney Plus. Now, it sounds exciting. I would be so excited to watch it if that were the case, but the proof of this rumor stems from the fact that Disney Plus now offers X-Men avatars for your profiles. So as you can see here, these aren't one-to-one from the cartoon. Jean Grey looks a little different. Storm has a completely different haircut, but they are, for the most part, the Jim Lee styled suits. You can see Cyclops has a little more liberties taken, but for the most part, they look cool. I think I'm going to change mine to Wolverine for my remainder of the free year. But people are, throwing the rumor and speculation out. Would you guys be excited if they did revive X-Men the Animated Series?
No,
I'm not gonna lie, I would be. I know that they'd try to find a way to fuck it up, but I would be. I'm not gonna lie.
Potentially.
I wouldn't, because they would fuck it up. It might be good for an episode or two, and then it would be bad and be preachy and wouldn't make any sense and wouldn't connect in any way, and it would just it would be a waste. So
Yeah, that would be my concern right there. It's like, wow, that was really great. I love that show. I used to watch all the time. And then it would be, oh, they're bringing it back. And then episode 1, like, everybody's like swap gender and race. It's like, here we fucking go.
Yeah, I'm sure they would ruin it. There's a way that it would be fucked up. Real quick, who's everyone's favorite X-Men character?
Wolverine.
Ooh,
Gambit.
Professor X.
My favorite X-Men is that bitch Carol Baskin's former husband. He ain't a man anymore.
What was his superpower? Disappearing in the middle of the night to go to Costa Rica?
Yeah, just disappearing. The van is parked at the airport, just so conveniently.
That sounds like some shit she would do. Just be like, yeah, he took a plane. He did that. Shit.
Yeah. I have no idea. He left one night and he was on a plane, and I've never heard from him again. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I may not have threatened to shoot him, and he filed a restraining order against me. But that's just coincidence.
Yeah, shit happens. You can't pin that one on me. Sure, I had motive and a way of disposing a body, but these are circumstances.
Of all the people here on this channel, you have the best means to dispose of a body.
I do. I agree. I haven't done it recently, but I do.
It's good to know you do. These are things to know for the future.
Yeah, shit can go down,
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. They would definitely ruin it if they did bring it back. There's no... I think I'm friends or in a bunch of groups with Larry Houston, one of the creative designers on the show. If you brought Larry Houston and Margaret Lesh, the lady that was the head of Fox, and you just get all these people that were X-Men creators or people that just liked the characters. Because it goes to show you, folks, when you get people on America Chavez or Gotham High where they're trying to make Bruce Wayne Asian and Alfred gay and the Joker is non-whatever, and you got the new Warriors over at Marvel and they're non-binary and all this dumb shit. The last thing I want is to have this show be bastardized by these people at Disney. It's bad enough that the last season of X-Men has terrible animation because they ran out of money. Unlike Batman, which the whole run was great. This show definitely fell apart a little bit towards the end because of budgetary reasons. Now, if they're going to bring it back, they keep the characters' designs very similar or slightly altered. I think we're in this point now with X-Men and 90s nostalgia where everybody kind of wants them to look like this cartoon because that's what you remember. Skullcap Cyclops isn't cool anymore. Wolverine's kind of always looked roughly the same, so it's neat. But if they do that and they keep the scripts mature, they don't shy away from topics that Disney wouldn't want to cover normally. Like one of the best episodes of the show is when Wolverine prayed to God at the end of the Nightcrawler episode. That was fantastic. They don't have the balls to do that in any kind of TV today. I was surprised how little they featured it in the X-Men movies from Fox, the later ones, not the original with Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. They definitely harped on his religious background, but they don't want to offend. They're so worried about the world marketplace instead of making adaptations that are true to the source material. So I don't really, end of the day, no. Best thing they could do for us is release a new side-scrolling beat-em-up X-Men game for Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Release the soundtrack. Do a nice deluxe Marvel Legends box set of all the characters and the Jim Lee costumes, and continue to have the Japanese import. Salvador knows what's up. And there we go. That's all she wrote for X-Men the animated series. In my opinion, it was perfect the way it was. Just don't touch it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is once again, it's part of that whole remake or reimagined culture that's still going through Hollywood. That's a problem. It's just like, just leave it alone. It was good. Give us a nice HD stream of it or Blu-rays of it or anything like that. But everything else, just leave it alone.
In terms of new episodes, if they were to do that, I again, Mandalorian has done wonders for my faith, which still isn't a whole bunch, but has definitely upped my faith in Disney Plus, because it seems as if Disney Plus shows are at least not run by the same people who talk to the media or who are a face for the media. So obviously definitely give us re-release the series, especially for the true fans, since 90s nostalgia is starting to take off. But also, if they're going to continue on with the show, I think at least the folks that produce content specifically for Disney Plus are aware of the fact that it's the parents of these kids who are going to be watching religiously. The kids, not so much. There's not a lot of original Disney shit for kids these days, but they are at least aware somewhat through Mandalorian that nostalgia is a huge fucking driving force, and that if you're going to do something new, you can't allow that outward bullshit to permeate into what you're creating, because people aren't going to watch it. And again, I'm not sold 100%, but again, that fucking Mandalorian dude, that did such a good job, from the casting all the way to the finale. So and then obviously so far with Clone Wars, again, a little bit of faith. So I'd at least give it a shot, especially since that bitch Hillary Watkins went ahead and got Disney Plus anyway.
Oh no. Now, Dion.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of bitches, Dion, who's a bigger bitch? That bitch Carol Baskin or Zack Snyder?
If you're asking me seriously, it's definitely Zack Snyder. There's not a bone in my body and I don't matter what worldwide phenomenon is taking hold. I will never forgive you, Zack Snyder. You could send a fucking edible arrangement to my fucking door with a brand new script to re-release the DCEU, where you're only an executive producer and you somehow picked fucking the Russo brothers to take over, and I would still open that edible fucking arrangement. I'd grab a fucking piece of cantaloupe, and I would still text "fuck you, you piece of shit" while smacking down on that goddamn cantaloupe. Never, ever will I forgive you for what you did. Not 1 second, motherfucker.
Now, clearly, every day you follow the Zack Snyder news about the Snyder Cut for Justice League, right?
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely am aware of it. I won't say follow sounds more like I'm holding on to a grudge. I'm aware due to my position on the show.
Now,
No, he's definitely not holding on to any grudges here.
No, never.
Now, did you hear about what the fans did yesterday, or what people did to the fans holding out hope for the Snyder Cut?
I did.
Well, let's look at the date on the calendar.
Yeah, fake Twitter account trolled the hell out of the release the Snyder Cut fans. A fake HBO Max account teased Justice League fans with a fake announcement regarding the release of the Snyder Cut.
Excellent.
Made me so happy, especially after that news came out of him holding a fucking giant viewing, a streaming viewing. I was like, they fucking deserve it. Every single one of those goddamn soulless, spineless pieces of garbage.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh yeah.
Also, I love Dion's like lowball thing. He's like he's gonna send you an edible arrangements. That's
Hey, that's how you know someone likes you. Because those edible arrangements aren't cheap, and that'd be a true attempt, a true attempt to win me back over. I'd just be like,
not like
nope.
a check or money or like a lifetime supply of whatever. A fucking edible arrangements.
Yeah.
Listen, I am not a whore, sir. You're not gonna buy back my affection, sir. I am high level, damn it.
Apparently, edible arrangement is platinum status to you. Okay.
Let's see how much an edible arrangement goes for right now. I'm gonna see how far I can get Dion.
Yeah. I'm just harping on that because that is so awkward and so specific. I love it.
Well, right now you can get 15% off.
That's a good deal.
Let's see. We'll get you a box of How do you feel about a Happy Birthday confetti box bundle? Because we can get cheaper. For $24.99, I can send you a fresh fruit box.
Oh, see, I'd appreciate the hell out you.
Or for $97.99, we can get you delicious celebration dipped fruit delight.
That's such a weird amount. $97.99?
Yeah.
That's just a weird description. Celebration dipped delight. It's like,
how about a bundle of cheer for $71.98?
Oh, what is in this
with the
bundle
chocolate covered, or is it just regular fruit arrangements?
It's both.
Oh yeah.
So, folks, if you want me to get an edible arrangement, let me know in the chat. We'll film it for our WCBS TikTok channel.
Just me listening to Careless Whisper opening a fucking edible arrangement.
No, your edible arrangement's going to be a case of Terminator Dark Fate Blu-rays.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
So speaking of throw up, let's see.
God damn, it's a weird transition.
Let's read this fake tweet from HBO Max official. You asked for it and we listened. We're releasing the Zack Snyder Justice League as a launch title for HBO Max on May 2020. 214 minutes and 4K resolution. He will rise. # release the Snyder Cut. 10,000 people fell for this shit. 10,000 people.
Oh my god.
So good.
I still I don't get it. It's like everybody knows what the day is on the calendar. You all know what the plan is, and yet people still fucking fall for it.
Did any of you guys see any COVID-19 bullshit that somebody pulled or posted or anything?
I did. There was one that said that there was a vaccine made ahead of schedule that was on I think it was Twitter, and people call it out right away. But I did see someone did try to throw a Rona April Fools for sure.
That person should get the Rona. I'm just saying, no, like during these times, that's some bullshit. Like make some funny shit up. Like this is hilarious. This is funny shit. But don't do any goddamn COVID-19 or coronavirus like fucking tweets, whatever. I know. What is that? I heard one of the band members from BTS did it, and I'm just like, you're a world renowned band, and you just fucked with everybody in the world. Like good luck trying to sell your next album. Good luck with that.
Everybody, if you have some fake Corona tweets, send them to Nick. He'll appreciate that. At Last Standing at WCBS.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, there's a special place in hell for all of you people.
Speaking of bands, the lead singer of Fountains of Wayne, Adam Schlesinger, died from coronavirus yesterday.
Jeez, man.
No, I didn't.
I heard that, but then I had to ask myself, who are the Fountains of Wayne?
Stacey,
I did not. I was gonna say I was unfamiliar with their work.
Well, I know they had multiple albums, but for me at least, they were a one-hit wonder. But I believe Stacey's Mom was the first song to reach 1 million downloads on iTunes or some dumb shit like that.
Nice.
It was nominated for a Grammy. Let's see. I'm looking it up right now. It broke some record early on in the internet days. So even though the internet was around before 2003.
I mean, yeah, that song was fucking crazy.
It was one of the first songs to reach number 1 on the most downloaded spot on iTunes. That's what it was. Okay. And 880,000 downloads. There we go. So still a lot of fucking. It was a good song. Rest in peace, that dude. Let's see. Yeah, Rachel Hunter's okay though. Don't worry, folks. So let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how is Stacey's mom doing? Is she's still with it? Because I heard she's got it going on.
Yeah, so long. But yes. So we had a couple people that were excited before the show even started. So our friend Deadeye says, okay, so here's a theory. We all live in a computer matrix, and God forgot to install Norton 360. And 2020 is just a massive virus. And the SJWs are those pesky ads that you can't skip. Hail, WCBS. I fucking agree.
Well, if you ran, that wouldn't happen.
Also, Norton antivirus, are you sure you want that to be running in the background? Because once the subscription expires, you're just gonna get notifications and emails all the damn time. Every time you open your computer. Yeah, every time you open your computer.
I accidentally left mine to auto renew, so it's like we've updated all your shit. I'm like, fuck. Well, I'll just pay for one more.
You download some other one. It's like Norton antivirus pops up. Are you sure you want to download that one? Because Norton antivirus has all these. It's like, God damn it!
Go look up a pair of titties, Norton. Norton antivirus, like, you sure you don't look at them titties? Yes, Norton. Get back to the background. I got business to take care of.
There's a reason why this is in the incognito tab, dude.
Yo, Norton, shut the fuck up, man. God.
Quit blowing up my spot, man.
Damn, man.
But yeah, 2020 is just one of those fucking years that it feels like isn't real. You're like, it's like it's like every day it's, oh, this crazy shit happened. And the next day it's like, hold my beer. And then this happens. And then the fucking world is in the position where, like, we'll all get through this. Everything's going to be fine. But there will be a day when people go back and listen to these episodes. They're like, what was this thing these guys were going on about? And they'll like research it and go, oh shit, the world was shitty right now.
The damn COVID's coming for us all.
Yeah. They're Booker T. They want the gold, sucker. By the way, Kendo, I did start watching the New Jack documentary and I downloaded it just to be safe.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
That dude was crazy.
Yeah, watch it.
That's one thing I keep hearing about. Like the internet, the internet's going to shit. Like you can't, like people are having problems all over the place. A lot of people who have like physical, like that's why I've always been a proponent for physical media. Because if you have it, you just pop it into your, Blu-ray player, DVD player, whatever, and you're good to go. You have no fucking lag, no load time, no nothing. So, yeah.
Let's see. By the way, folks, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up. Speaking of internet and stuff, YouTube's not pushing out the notifications. We actually had a couple people contact me privately on Facebook. Like, hey man, I didn't realize you guys were putting out content as of late. So, some people are saying it's okay. Some people aren't finding it, but just let us know. And if you could do us a solid and just share the link somewhere on social media to let people know that we go live, like we do every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. World-class bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. And this is episode 213 tonight, folks. Dion, do you remember when we were on episode 1?
Jesus, dude, that was Fucking crazy.
Think of all the shit that has changed. Like your kid was already born, so that's a different thing. But it's
right.
like,
but he was a small baby, and man, that was I was using the Toshiba laptop. I missed that laptop, which got ruined because you guys made me laugh and I spat bourbon all over it.
I know your pain, man. I had a Toshiba laptop once, and it was incredible, and
they were so great, dude.
After about 5 or 6 years, the screen started to go out, and still could use it. I just had to hold it at a weird angle, and then the hard drive kind of like, no, don't go.
Yeah, those
Toshiba
laptops are fucking tanks, man. I had one as well, and I think it still works now. Of course, it's running XP, but it still works.
Yeah, dude, I had that big old, and I had that fat 17.5-inch screen on my
Oh, I think that's the same one I had.
Dude, I miss that laptop so goddamn much because I had it from like 2009 to 2015, 2016.
Ooh.
Yeah, 2016 because I miss that laptop so much.
Dude, Toshiba's, man, you could get a lot of life out of them. Those fuckers could go.
Oh, dude, yeah. Now the Asus ones I love is because they last forever as well.
Yeah, that's the one I repriced it with was an Asus. I'm like, I ain't getting no fucking HP. You can suck my nuts,
dude.
Shame on me,
dude. I don't know what it is, but every time I had an HP, I had HP, like, what was it? Recordable DVDs, like rewritable DVDs, and even they sucked. They would never write properly. Like 1 out of 4 of them would work. That's how bad HP DVDRs were.
I'm
not even kidding, man.
Early, so
yeah, dude. I hate those damn things. I really do.
That fucking bitch Carol Baskin ruined everybody's laptop.
Oh my god. I'm tweeting this out so everyone knows what's up. We also, but by the way, sometimes Deadeye, I actually will think like, what if this is a computer simulation? Because Jesse and I had the conversation, red or blue pill, and I thought if it's the Matrix, I wouldn't want to take the red pill. I don't want to live on that shitty ship with a buzz cut.
Dude, that's a hell of that's what I love about the first one, especially when you compare it to the other ones. Was of course it's fucking Joe Pantoliano going back. I know the steak is fake as shit, but ignorance is bliss, bitch. Fuck Lawrence Fishburne. That's what that movie's so great. He's just like, put me back in the goddamn computer, man. I'd rather that than live in this shitty world. Wipe my memory, make me famous. Fuck this.
Everybody's got the same haircut. We gotta knit our clothes. We like. Why is there persistent like oil filter smell in every room I go into? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
The water tastes funny all the time.
There's 2 chicks on my ship. One looks like a dude. Another one's fucking falling for the new pussy that just showed up. This is bullshit.
What a great way to describe the Matrix to someone who's never seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that were nice though that was really advanced was like the ships. Everything else looked like it was from like it was some dystopian future that you were just roaming around and trying to survive.
The APUs look cool as shit in the third one, but
yeah,
dude, that's a fucking toughie. I will say though, when they showed the image of them filming 4 and fucking Trinity is looking thick on that motorcycle, boy. I was like, okay,
yeah,
right.
she is. She's a little older, but she still got it, man.
I'm like, okay, Carrie Ann Moss, I see you, girl. I'm coming for you. Take a bite out of that cantaloupe.
Was that delivered through edible arrangements?
Apparently.
That's how you should refer to women's butts from now on, Dion. They're edible arrangements.
That's how I'm gonna head on my wife. Hey, baby, later I'm gonna get inside that edible arrangement.
She's like, oh, we're all out. There's only marshmallows and sticks left. Sorry. Sometimes the marshmallows are the best part.
Well, depending on the day, you throw that line at your wife. She may look at you and give you a wink, or just look at you and then fart. So it's you gotta trust in the heart of the cards at that point.
I'm at that point in my relationship too. Raiders of the Lost Flicks says Carol Baskin made me hit the thumbs up on this video. Nick Utam on Raiders of the Lost Flicks live tomorrow night, and Jeff Hicks the week after. WCBS rules. Well, thank you, Raiders of the Lost.
Yeah, man. He messaged me about it. Yeah, I think last week. I can't remember what day it is. He messaged me earlier though, for sure. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything that day, and let's do it, man. So I'll be on the show tomorrow.
Are you? Is there a movie review or what's going on the show?
I think we're watching something. Hold on, let me check.
Because I know next week we're doing Samurai.
Be prepared.
Yeah, man. Let me check. Once again, he messaged me. I checked my calendar. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing nothing, and then I went back to not doing anything even more. So let's see. I think we're watching. The hell is it? The Attack of the Giant Leeches.
Ha, my favorite.
Yeah, so we're watching that.
I've never even heard of that film. It's Mystery Science Theater. Okay.
Yeah.
I do like those guys. It's
Oh yeah, dude.
Tubi.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, folks. So next week, if you want to hear the Samurai Cop and Miami Connection, check us out. I'll be over there. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll send out the link. Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says hashtag Carol Baskin killed Don Lewis.
That's the rumor.
What's the rumor? Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pops also said, hey there, cool cats and kittens.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say that as my final words as I run into traffic.
Cats, kids is just gone.
Oh my joking. LA's a ghost town. The highways are dead.
That must be it's so weird for you to experience because LA is like always bustling. There's people always going everywhere, and it's a fucking ghost town now. It must just be so awkward.
I don't know if I said it to Jesse or if I said it to the stream I was on last night, Etep and Coins Place to Be Reviews channel. I said, yeah, we're gonna go out and everyone's gonna be out and it's gonna be busy and full of traffic. I'm gonna realize that it's all back to normal and it sucks. Our friend Ham Sandwich says, working at a port in the UK, 1 a.m. and can't wait for the chatting of shit to start. Your show helps me get through my 12-hour shift. 6 hours left to go, so stay on. Well, we are here for you, Ham Sandwich.
Keep on it.
Yeah, man.
Damn, man. Keep doing what you're doing, I guess. Jeez.
It's an essential job.
It is. You know, I'm glad you still have work, but you know, be careful out there.
Yeah, be safe. Above all else, folks, I know there's a lot of listeners that are like, I still have an essential job. I'm out on the job every day like normal. Just be safe. You know, we always tell you, be excellent to each other. Be safe. Add that onto it as well, because shit's crazy. Hopefully, we never have to live through this type of crap again in our lifetime. So
yeah, hopefully it's another 100 years before it happens again. You know, so we're all dead before it happens again. So,
Scotsky02 says Dion read New Warriors while watching Dark Fate. Is that true, Dion? That's true.
No, that's another rumor that bitch Carol Baskins put out. I don't like Dark Fate, and I sure as shit ain't watching the New Wars where they're going to hopefully create a new character so I can feel part of the crew where it's a random black dude who has a kid that he lost. They didn't know he was his after he banged his white girlfriend and got her pregnant at the behest of her angry racist father. So can't say I'm looking forward to that, boys.
That story sounds really close to home.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
No. Fucking Carol Baskins.
So Jeff, are we getting the comic and doing a reading of it when it comes out?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
dude. My comic shop already's got my name wrote down to pull me a copy.
Nice.
They're still open, right?
I'm gonna find out tomorrow.
Because a lot of them are being shut down, and they're waiting, and a lot of the big books aren't coming out. Like I think DC and Marvel are just like, no new books this week.
Well, that's probably a good thing for them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially for Marvel. I mean, it seems like anything they put out is not going to really do well anyway. So, I mean, probably saving them the trouble. So,
they love this excuse of we can't. Everything's closed. That way they can be like, oh yeah, we can't sell any books because everything's closed. As opposed to nobody's buying our shit. That bitch.
Carol Baskin.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh god! By the way, that guy Doc, he's the Hugh Hefner of this whole game. I swear to God.
Doc Antle.
Yeah, Doc Antle. He's the Hugh Hefner of the whole thing, man.
The guy that runs is something they say is not a cult, but they also don't say that it's not a cult.
Yeah, dude, totally is not a polygamist with random chicks he picks up from the Midwest to come and work for him in skimpy outfits. That shit's not related. Coincidence,
and giant fake tits.
Yeah.
I love that. That one of the caveats for working there, she had to go get a fucking boob job. It's like, damn, I want a job there.
Is he a real doctor?
You want a boob job? I'll buy you a boob job.
What is it? That's a boob job.
Not me.
Are you the next Gold Dust?
I could be. I can go do the
ladies.
thing real well.
Ladies and gentlemen, get on our Patreon so we can buy Kendo fake tits.
Yeah, his name's Seven, by the way.
That's right.
What did he say in that promo about he's tired of this goofy shit?
He goes,
Something like that. Yeah.
Look at this stupid crap I'm wearing. And then he's walking. I literally showed Hillary that promo last night. No shit. Look at this stupid crap I'm wearing. Oh, my name's Seven, by the way. I left WWF because of gimmicks like this. Shit almost ruined my career.
Is it
fucking? They dressed me up like Uncle Fester.
Jeez.
Dude, and the vignettes before he came out was even creepier as hell. They were fucking weird.
Yeah. I gotta. It's funny too because they literally had him float to the ring, which makes me laugh every goddamn time. And the best part is that it's Chubby Dusty, which is just great for me. But him just being like, I'm out here looking like Uncle Fester. And he just runs them down. And they just leave it on TV.
Yeah, they just let it go. They didn't cut his mic or nothing. They're like, fuck it. We don't care. This ship's sinking.
Is it weird that that bitch Carol Baskin look like Cousin It since we're talking about the Addams Family?
A little bit.
Oh, I mean,
Have we finally found an old white lady you wouldn't bang?
No,
Yes.
I don't think we have.
Though I will admit, she at least her pictures of her younger, and even now, she still got big titties. So I mean, she's not a complete loss.
You put a couple of bourbons in Dion. He's climbing up on her and be like, "What's up, girl? You ain't gonna feed me no tiger, but I'll feed you something of my own." Like, God damn it, Dion's dead. She's gonna feed him to a tiger.
No. What happened is that Dion's her new husband. That's what happened.
Fucking Tiger King season 2. Howard Baskin has mysteriously vanished, and it's Carol's there with her new husband. And now she's Carol Baskin Green. And then they interview us, and the three of us are just sitting there in a room, and we're just like staring off, and like, so what'd you guys think when Dion married Carol Baskin? And we just don't even respond. We're just looking like, just shaking our head, going, God damn.
We told him not to drink this much.
It started as a fucking joke on our podcast,
and then
6 months later, he's married to the bitch.
Yeah, he proceeded to drink a whole bottle of bourbon, and now we're here.
Bitch Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
My husband killed her old husband. Why she gotta take my husband?
Because she's fresh out. She needs a new one.
Yeah, bitch Carol Baskin.
Motherfucker.
Holy shit! And it's just me with a fucking leash on there. But instead of singing some opera song, it's me singing like the thong song or some goofy shit.
He's dancing around the bottle of Cisco in his hand.
Yeah. After we beat Joe a second time, it really was a bourbon and cracker night. We did a lot of celebrating.
What the hell is it?
Nope.
I'm not even gonna ask.
No,
I don't even know what to fucking say.
folks, I'm taking a stand right now. We're going to do everything we can to keep Dion from marrying Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is
hashtag, do me a favor, folks. Go onto Twitter and say use the hashtag save Dion from Carol.
Oh god, I'm gonna post that right now. Actually,
Save Dion from Carol Baskin.
Okay, is it just save Dion from Carol or save Dion from Carol Baskin?
Carol Baskin.
Okay, all right.
You gotta do Carol Baskin. Save Dion from that bitch Carol Baskin.
Oh my god.
Save Dion from that bitch Carol Baskin. We'll read two more and then we're gonna start because it's the perfect lead. And Eden Franklin says, "Heck, I can drink all of you under the table." Eden, challenge accepted.
That's incorrect.
Come to horror hell.
Many have made that. Many have made that claim, and they all rest in the graveyard, son.
All right, Undertaker, calm down with that boneyard match bullshit.
You disrespected me and my wife, Michelle McCool,
Your cousin wife,
Alan Jones.
And then Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says Honey Nut Tiger. By the way, Dion, I've been eating like Frosted Flakes all week because of this fucking documentary. It was not a joke.
Do you see the meme where it's Tony the Tiger and goes, Carol Baskin's husband tasted great?
Yeah.
Dude, the
Yep.
memes and like all the shit that's been happening from it are fucking amazing. It is awesome. Let's see. Save Dion from that bitch, Carol Baskin. Tweet.
There you go.
And then hold on. Can we pin to top? Pin to your profile. Hooray! It's pinned. So everybody enjoy that.
And then Swinging Cod makes a valid point, and this is the perfect transition. You got to admit, the hero of the story is that chick who got her arm ripped off and came back to work. Thank you, Swinging Cod.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I'm kind
She
of glad.
missed like 4 days.
I'm kind of glad they didn't show that because I'd have been like, that's really fucked up.
I looked away. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to see, because I was working on something. I was like, I do not want to see a person get their arm ripped off. Nope, no, thank you. I
Yeah,
was
same
like,
here. I was just like, no, but they blurred all the parts, and I was like, okay, fine. But like, yeah, she was in the hospital and didn't press charges, and like was back in 4 days. I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
Well,
So
the crazy thing too was her arm gets ripped off, and just as a testament to how much they were filming and how much Joe was filming. Him being like, I will never financially recover from this. And it's just like one of those moments where you're like, holy shit, that the character fell away and the real dude was truly worried about losing his fucking business over it.
I was really bothered when I heard Joe say that, because like I was on board with his zaniness. I think last week on the High Council, we were talking about his campaign thing. He's like, I am gay. I have a settlement out from some bitch in Florida against me and all this shit. I was like, this is fun. Joe Exotic's a crazy character. And then he said that and I went, oh. See, let's start at the beginning of this documentary. So not obviously all of it. It's a 7-part series. But Dion, I think you watched it before anybody else, right?
Yep.
We watched it last weekend. And then Nick, you caught it this week with Kendo, right?
Yeah.
So who's our favorite character? Put it like this: who's the least terrible person in this documentary? Because they're all assholes.
We're talking like main people.
Yes.
Probably Tony Stark's brother.
Oh, Tim Stark.
Yeah, because he seems to be the least scumbaggiest of the scumbags.
Yeah.
I would say that the producer guy.
Oh yeah,
the one who's taping everything, because like he was just going by the contract. He's like, listen, man, I own the tapes, and then Joe didn't like that, and then like arson happened.
Yeah, which is crazy because Joe very well could have fucking burned that building down. I mean, if I had to pick, I gotta go with the handyman that was thinking about killing Carol Baskin, that just took $3,000 and ran to fucking Carolina to party with strippers. Like he was the one. He told us up front that he'd been to jail. He was working, even though he was working for that con man. He was working for a con man, but then he's fucking with Joe. Joe asks him. He goes, "Yeah, I'll do it for $5,000." Joe skimps him, gives him $3,000, and he just takes off. He's just like, "I ain't even fucking going to Florida." Like that dude. That dude was the realest one on that entire fucking show.
Yeah, I mean, and like a decent hitman is like they start at 10 grand. They don't start at 3 or 5. It's 10, and then you have to have all the add-ons after that. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, this whole story, you couldn't make it up. Like, they always say truth is stranger than fiction. The fact that this story exists proves that statement to be true. Because you couldn't make this shit up. I mean, you can't make up a character like Joe Exotic. You can't make up a vindictive, evil character like that bitch Carol Baskin. You can't make up a stupid person like the ex-husband. Joe's poor husband victim. The husband victim, the one that shot himself in the fucking head.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah, Travis.
Which
Well,
even that is
also-
fucking nuts. Like he's playing with the gun and he's tweaking out because he's been smoking weed and meth for years, and he has and then Joe's fucking campaign manager is just talking to him. And I mean, what are the odds that they're just sitting under a fucking security camera? You don't see him, but you literally just see the muzzle flash. And it's just like, this fucking place is like Neverland for white trash. It's insane.
So somebody posted this, and I think it's true. It's like Oklahoma is Florida Junior, and I'm just like, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Also,
Neverland for white trash. I love that.
Also, I'm on Google right now, and I typed in the whole like Tiger King thing. Tiger King mania seems Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy recreate Joe Exotic's music video. So they made a
there's
TikTok
anyone close to that.
copying the video.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Does Jenny McCarthy tell you not to get vaccinated because they'll give you autism?
Probably.
I'm sure it's in the background. That's a background message, that's happening in there.
Yeah, it should
there's a
be. Tiger King's
running
what
around in the
happens
back.
when you don't vaccinate your children. They end up working at a place like GW fucking
GW Zoo.
yeah.
Oh,
I saw a tiger and I understand.
Do we have a favorite Joe Exotic song? Because I like Here Kitty Kitty.
I
Yeah,
saw
Here
Tiger's
Kitty
my
Kitty.
favorite.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good
say,
one.
Here, Kitty Kitty's probably his best cut.
Dude, and
God.
I want to know where they found the chick that looked almost exactly like that bitch.
I know.
That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. And I watched the music video today. I was like, how did he like
He must have had a casting call.
dude, he had to have, which begs the question how he could afford it, but he had to have. There's no way that you just happen to find or know a chick that looks like Carol Baskin.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
There's a
Fucking
Here
nuts.
Kitty Kitty T-shirt.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness
Well,
there
remember-
is justice in the world.
Remember in his gift shop, he was selling like fucking like Joe Exotic lube and shit, like all kinds of
The
things.
condoms, yeah. Vote for
The
me. or
condoms.
get hooked.
Oh god, everything. I'm just like, god damn, dude. You
This is my favorite Joe Exotic look. Like if I was gonna cosplay as Joe Exotic, I'm going
the cowboy preacher.
What's
if like
weird?
if Tim McGraw and like every hillbilly had a baby, it's Joe Exotic.
Tim McGraw and every hillbilly. That's the best description ever.
Yeah,
And
well,
I
yeah, no. If Tim McGraw and Hulk Hogan had a baby, it would be a Joe Exotic.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Good.
I saw a tiger, brother. But I'll tell you what's weird is not only did he wear a fucking preacher outfit in that music video, but he's wearing the same goddamn outfit at Travis's funeral,
Yes.
where he's talking about him putting his balls on his forehead.
Everybody, yeah.
I was like,
You're
what
having a
the
funeral.
fuck?
You're having a funeral for your husband who accidentally shoots himself, and you go to I saw his balls, and you're talking about his balls. It's like all
He
these people
called
are
them
there like
golden
upset.
nuggets.
Yes, his golden nuggets.
God.
Like god damn.
Well, and like apparently they're both straight guys. I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay.
If
But they
Jerry
agreed to get-
Springer show was a documentary, this is it.
I just can't.
Look at this image comes with a list. Top 10 moments and highlights from Joe Exotic. Would you like to talk about these?
Oh God, yes,
Goddamn sure.
please.
Okay. So let's see. His music videos, other than Here Kitty Kitty. Okay. So that's a good one.
I mean, he fucking looks like Jeff Jarrett and Charlize Theron had a baby.
Oh
Oh,
god.
this guy should have been a professional wrestler.
He really should have. He'd have been a great manager.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I tell you right now, Hulk Hogan, you keep fucking around with me, my man here's gonna come out here and whip out his golden nuggets and put them on your forehead. And I tell you what.
Well, check this out. Number 10 is Don Lewis. Obviously, we keep talking about how that bitch Carol Baskin killed her husband, Don Lewis. People are going nuts for it on Twitter. So he said, this is the best part of the documentary. What is this here? No sound. Okay.
Under the fucking septic tank?
Yeah, that's the septic tank part.
Dude, that's what's so fucking crazy. And her lawyer, even though he refused to say anything, he's just like, yeah, my understanding is that someone killed him.
Well, here's the description. Unfortunately, we never actually get to meet the man described by his family as a sexaholic with a green thumb for money. Joe Exotic claims Don Juan is marinating in the septic tank beneath Carol Baskin's house. Me, I like to think he's chilling down in Costa Rica with wife number 6 right now. He's using his gold bricks as paperweights. So that's number 10. Number 9. An alleged murder for hire plot was apparently foiled because the hitman drove hundreds of miles out of the way to go to a strip club.
Yep.
That's some that's some GTA level shit right there.
And that was the funniest part of that was the fact that
That's
he
how
was
you know
in a
you
fucking-
hired a real professional.
Yeah, and he's in a fucking bathtub with a goddamn do-rag on, and he's bald.
Here's the thing, and I guess that's what you get for supposedly hiring an animal park handyman to do your dirty work.
Yeah.
Number 8, James Garrettson.
Oh Jesus!
The part where this dude rode in
Yeah,
on the jet ski, his chin.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Like they're trying to like he's like, listen, guys, I want to do a slow motion thing, but I want to wear a fucking life preserver vest and be on a jet ski. It's like, how did you not think that was gonna look like you were gonna look like an idiot doing that? Like,
I wanted to be there when he was pitching that. Guys, this is what I'm gonna do. All right. So I'm gonna do the interview and stuff. And my intro cutscene thing, it's gonna be badass, dude. Just follow. I'm gonna be on a jet ski. I'm gonna be driving towards the camera, right? And I'm just gonna be wearing a life preserver. And then when I get close enough, I'm gonna turn and go away from it. Dude, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be the coolest fucking thing that's ever been on TV. And the guys are just like, okay, you're paying for it.
Dude. And then he acts like, so he gets it. And it's funny because he thinks he's so smart. He's like, yeah, the FBI got me because of the lemur. It's like, motherfucker, the FBI didn't stop at your door because you got a lemur. They're like, we're going to lean on you with this lemur. So you know that he was in some other shit that he was trying to get his ass out of.
dude, he owns several strip clubs. I mean, he's probably funneling drugs through there or some shit. You know.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing, and they like, sir, you have this. Is this lemur yours? Do you have papers for this lemur? Oh, the
Especially
FBI is going to come down on you.
Yeah, especially if there's strip clubs in fucking Oklahoma.
Oh God.
So I'm looking at this list too. The next one is Beautiful, Wild, and Free. It's like if Joe Exotic has a song, Carol Baskin had to have a song. And the one that this woman sang for her was awkward. Like, you ever like meet somebody that's kind of good at something and you tell them they're okay, but they're really not that good? So like Joe Exotic is a train wreck, so you're having a good time watching this. He's lip syncing. The person that's actually singing the song sounds decent, but this woman, this Beautiful, Wild, and Free.
Oh, that video, yeah, dude. Oh,
it was
God,
the chick with in the dress.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
When
so
you
fucking
meet
weird.
someone that's kind of good at something.
Listen up, all you cool
Best-
cats and kittens. Mr. Exotic's soulful crooning has gone viral, but don't sell short the Big Cat Rescue's theme song by recording artist Terez.
Oh,
Who?
Terez, Terez.
Once again, who?
Yeah, she looks like
why did
Sasha
you
Banks
pick that
later.
name? It sounds like Tourette's. Why would you go with that name?
And also, she's painfully white. How are you Therese? Like,
Well, I mean, if you're Carol Baskin, you're not hiring anyone that's a couple shades darker. You dig?
I agree. Carol Baskin. I'm not going to say it publicly, but you know what I mean.
Can we at least point out the horrific irony here where Carol Baskin is supposed to be this bastion of freedom and taking care of these cats and wanting them to live free and happy by keeping them in cages?
Yes, on a smaller property than her arch rival.
Yeah. Like she's out there like beating the drum of I'm doing this the right way. I'm the one that should be taking care of these animals. They deserve to be in their natural habitats, living free and happy. By the way, don't look at all the fucking animals.
well, okay, but I will give her
Baskin.
I will give her gangster points for having volunteers come work for free. I will give her fucking,
Nick. They're free workers.
well, I'm just saying, like she had some fucking paperwork come out and had them sign some shit, and they're volunteers, and like she has everybody work there for free. It's
And
wonderful.
people volunteering through Christmas, which also leads you to realize how gullible every wolf girl is that you've ever fucking known. Like if you ever need to exploit a fucking group of people, it's the wolf girl group for sure.
Oh, you mean you mean the girls that wear that always wear the wolf t-shirts like all the fucking time?
Yep. And we know that horse girls count in that too.
Oh my God, dude! There's so many here in Tennessee. So many. I can start a cult tomorrow.
Dude, I grew
But
up.
don't call it a cult. Just say it's not a cult. Well, is it but it's not a cult. I'm just Doc Utam, and see, I find these young women and I tell them about, I show them my little baby tigers and I bring them into my home base, the lair, and they get tit jobs and we take care of animals.
That dude. And then his introduction is him spelling his fucking name.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to the fact that I may have or may not have euthanized a bunch of cubs.
Yeah, that's
Jeez.
fucking crazy. Fucking, is he a real doctor? No, it's he calls himself Doc, and it just means trusted one. And then and then he just fucking just has an elephant that he rides
and
around.
then like they go through his name, and it's like some Buddhist meaning for something or the other. I'm just like, and he's got all these statues around the place. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You really are like you really are like a cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't ever trust anyone that just calls themselves Doc and says, "Yeah, everyone calls me Doc." Nobody fucking calls you that. You picked that out yourself.
Yeah.
Just anybody that
Oh,
picks
my
their own nickname, don't trust them.
Like Doc.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, for as much as that bitch Carol Baskin blames Joe for low paying his employees, she doesn't pay him.
Yeah. She has a shirt system for how many hours they've done and like what level they're at.
That's nuts.
Yeah. That bitch Carol Baskin is the epitome of the whole glass houses fucking parable. Like she is like when you look up the whole, don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house. That's her. There's gonna be a picture right there. It's gonna say that bitch Carol Baskin underneath it.
True.
That bitch. Carol Baskin.
So up next from our Joe Exotic thing, we have exotic animals as aphrodisiacs. Is this really a thing? Did anyone get the impression that the director was like way into it? Some of the shots of people frolicking in pools with tigers had distinct HBO late night aesthetic. So
No, they did.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was some of that there because I kind of picked up on it too. I'm like, are they trying to horn you up by looking at these cats? Because I'm not exactly sure that's what they're going for. Yeah, I think they are.
Well, and also some of the shots, like I remember seeing a porn star in there too, and I was like, wait a second, I know this woman. Where have I seen her before?
Yeah,
this is not part of Doc's flock.
I wouldn't put it past him either. I mean, that dude was clearly nuts. So I did like how as the show went on and they kept showing shots of the tigers, it was a nice reminder for you, the viewer, that as crazy as this shit's getting, it got less and less and less about the tigers, but you're still seeing a bunch of these tigers and lions and shit, and I thought it was just very fitting too that, Joe owns a zoo and then he's running for office, and then a tiger that he pretends to care so much about starts trying to rip his fucking leg off. And that was just,
and he pulls a gun.
And he pulls a gun out and he starts calling it a dumb bitch. And I was like, I thought you liked her. I thought you liked tigers. Didn't that aren't you the Tiger King? I'm gonna shoot you right between the eyes. I was like, oh, okay, man.
Yeah, and there are like 4 cameras on him. It's just like, don't do that.
Yep. And no one runs in there to help him.
Yeah. Oh man.
The ziplining guy, I felt bad for this dude. He broke his legs.
Raise your hand. I was just say, raise your hand if you legit thought that the reason why he had no legs had nothing to do with zipline and everything to do with the fact he was working with tigers.
In the beginning, I thought he had just killer tattoos on his legs.
I did too. His legs,
I was just like,
they're really skinny.
I was like, dude's missing legs. Guess a tiger ate him.
No.
Then he played it off. He's like, I broke my legs and then I was walking on them so much they had to get amputated. I'm like, well, if you broke them and they were that bad, how would you be walking? I understand that you have a job, whatever. You're probably, living at the zoo. He said he was married, but that seemed very fishy to me as well. Like, you sure you didn't get your legs ripped off and now you were covering for your buddy that you liked a lot? Because I can't imagine breaking both legs in a zipline accident and then still walking around on them so bad that they have to get amputated. If they're about to get amputated, the pain would be unbearable.
Well, what about Kerry Von Erich, who, wouldn't stop wrestling on that foot and then lost it and had to get the fake foot?
Yep, that's how that happened.
But even then he was hobbling around at that point though, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, these people are just so obsessed with this cause, And cool, if you're an animal enthusiast, more power to you. Like I said, I'm not. My life motto is treat animals fine. I just don't have any desire to be these people. I'm not going to kiss a dog on the mouth. Anyway, I digress. My point is though, these people
kiss no dog.
Yeah, I ain't kiss no dogs, no tigers, no monkeys, no hippopotami.
I know Daggett.
Especially the monkeys and the bats. No kissing.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to kill people.
Do not kiss. Do not eat the bats, the pangolins, anything weird. Don't eat them.
And if you actually are from Oklahoma, don't fuck the monkeys.
Well, we have
Or shock the monkey. Don't shock the monkey either.
Well, one of our listeners is from Oklahoma. I read the super chats in order, but I read his and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, we know not everyone from Oklahoma is like this. Look at JL.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. We're just joking. We're not, we most of the civilized Oklahomians, but the rest, some of y'all apparently close to the old GW zoo. y'all are weird.
Now, number 4 on this list is very basic. We're just going to look at this for a second. Part of the documentary. Oh, it froze. There it goes. Just look at this fucking.
Yeah.
The greatest shot in all of Netflix history.
Oh shit! There we go.
This badass.
Oh god, like that mullet though, dude. That mullet.
Nothing says
the whole
more
time.
than water
This must
safety.
God, this must have been like the last thing they shot because his hair is so long.
Yeah, he was thinking the whole time.
Sunglasses.
The whole time he's doing this, he's thinking, I'm in that documentary. I'm gonna look so badass. The pussy's just gonna come rolling in. Every movie offer, everything. I'm getting
that sharp Oklahoma pussy too, boy. Go OU.
Then we got Here Kitty Kitty, which we've talked about at great length. This song,
Oh my god,
fucking awesome. Carol and Howard Baskin's wedding photos.
Oh yeah,
God,
that was
those
weird.
were so fucking uncomfortable.
They really were too. Oh,
Like
dude, Chuck E. Cheese. That's a great point because I wanted to text Kendo so bad, and I ended up texting my buddy at work that's a gun guy too. And the minute that the guy said that, I was like, he's gonna shoot himself. Because the minute he's like, man, they don't shoot if they don't have a clip in it. I was like, no, Rugers will fire if there's a bullet in the chamber. I was like, this dude's gonna fucking kill himself.
I was thinking the same thing when they're like, this gun won't fire because there's no clip. And I'm like, you can still have one in the hole and it will go off.
Yeah, it was great. The minute I heard it, I was like, fuck, Kendall hasn't seen it yet. But I was like, this dude's gonna fucking kill himself. And I was, dude, like that was the one time in a show where you call something and you're like, dude, this is gonna happen. And when it happens, you're very happy. That was the one time where it happened. I was like, that made me so fucking sad because I was hoping, because at first I'm like, well, they haven't talked to Travis. Maybe they'll wait till after this and he got out of there. And I was gonna be like, okay, that'll be happy, that'll be fun. But the minute he said that, I was like, this fucking idiot killed himself, thinking that the gun wasn't gonna work, which is fucking crazy.
Yep.
Gun safety, kids. Fucking gun safety.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Always treat them like they're loaded, and yes, they will fire without a magazine in them.
Yeah, don't play with guns. Be safe.
Yeah, definitely. Go through the gun safety course. Learn how to handle them properly and safely.
And then finally,
and under the definition of the word simp, this photo.
Jeez, more
That
like
was
cock.
crazy. That was so weird.
They are on the beach alone with the preacher and then the photographer. That's it. All the evidence is in these photos.
You know she pegs him. You know
Dude,
she pegs him. She has to.
It's probably a twice a week thing, you know?
Look at that smile.
Dude.
God.
And then finally the funeral, the golden nuggets part.
Jeez.
That was by far the most awkward moment. Is this dude is dead, and he's been on because they said that he was there for like 4 years. He was on a 4-year bender, and he kills himself. His mom and his sisters are in the front row, and the dude who was 29 years older than him is talking about his balls.
Yeah.
Got that nervous laughter when they're like, yeah, and everyone that works here knows what I'm talking about. And then the people that work there are nervously laughing. Oh my God, that was fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, because they all, I mean, I guess they all knew that both those guys weren't gay, that they were straight, and they were banging everybody else there.
Yeah.
Guys, just do me a favor. If I go before any of you and you decide to speak at my funeral, keep it classy.
I always do. I always speak at funerals. I always keep it classy.
Thank you.
That ain't gonna happen.
Don't be like,
Kendall.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell.
I'm
I'm gonna tell all the stories, man.
I mean, that's fine. I don't recall ever busting my balls out and be like, hey guys, check these out, and just start flapping them around.
Don't worry, I'm gonna reserve a very sweet line about Owen Hart and you at your funeral.
Thank you.
He's gonna be up there in the great WrestleMania in the sky, wrestling in the main event against Owen Hart.
I think what we should do is, if Kendo dies before us, we all need to go as Joe Exotic in this
You
outfit.
think what?
We should all do a triple.
I'll allow it. Just don't tell any don't give me a Joe Exotic fucking what you call it, the thing where you talk at somebody's funeral.
The eulogy.
Yeah. Give me like an official eulogy like that, because there's people there that are gonna not know who you guys are probably. Hopefully by then everybody knows. I hope to live long enough that everybody knows who the hell we all are. But the last thing I want is for you guys to be telling wait, all my relatives will be dead by then. So fuck it. Never mind. Say whatever you want. I don't care anymore.
There you go. There you go.
Everything I just said, withdrawn.
Perfect. So we actually have some Star Wars news that popped up. We'll get to that in a couple.
Blame that bitch Carol Baskin for my death.
Yeah. Oh no, Dion dropped.
Oh.
So let's see. While Dion is waiting to get back, our friend Lonnie Holcomb says, Peruvian Chicken Caveman for your quarantine name, folks. While we're waiting for Dion, give us your quarantine name. We know a lot of people are new to the stream right now. So there's your quarantine names.
Peruvian Chicken Caveman sounds like an asylum movie.
It does.
Yeah.
It also sounds like a Phil Hartman skit.
There you go.
Laguitus Warrior.
Ooh, the Laguitus Warrior. Dion's busy watching Dark Fate.
That bitch Carol Baskin got him. That fucking hashtag was trending a little too hard.
Yeah. She took down my boy. Cut him down in his prime.
Don't worry, can't keep a good brother down. That bitch
There
Carol
he is.
show.
So let's see. We also had we were here. Eden Franklin says Papa John Connors uses promo code #DarkFate to get half off of first purchase. But Dion, when you use that promo code, make sure you give the guy $50 as a tip.
Well, I'm having a good time, so I'm feeling really good about that.
Yeah, did you realize that this time or this day, like all those years ago, we were still in California? We were just coming off of WrestleMania, the greatest one that was just you, me, and Dan.
Listen, I woke up this morning and I was put in a very depressed mood because as I'm going into work, I had to start going in at 5:00 this fucking week. That as I'm driving into work, I'm like, we'd be at least in getting into Atlanta right now. And it made me very sad.
Dude, no. If we were going to WrestleMania this year, we would have already been in Florida because we were going to leave late Wednesday, get in Thursday morning.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Damn, dude.
We had the house rented and everything, so that was the sad part. I thought of that too. Yesterday, I was sitting doing something. I put on wrestling for a minute. I'm like, I would be on the way to WrestleMania right now.
Yeah, dude.
Oh well, I can live. We got the show. We would have had to do a pre-recorded show. It would have been a weird week to miss as we need it. So
right.
Pork Rind Pirates. I like that name.
No WrestleMania, but you got that bitch Carol Baskin, so it kind of is a push at this point.
Yeah, it really does help.
I wonder how many people are gonna buy tickets to her little park down in Florida and just call her that and videotape it the whole time.
4 of us are.
Yeah.
Fuck going to rescue.
She was in Tampa.
Big Cat Rescue.
Because her refuge, quote unquote, was in Tampa.
Yeah.
Hey, cool cats and kittens. Welcome to the Big Cat Rescue Park. Is there any questions before we start? Yeah, I got one right here. Are you that bitch Carol Baskin?
Oh, Kendo.
It would have been glorious.
Or then I get dragged off and then Nick can ask a question. Did you feed your husband to a tiger?
Dude, I would
drag off.
I would do it all.
And then we end up under the fucking septic tank.
Do you feel like Carol Baskin owns a white Jeep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she probably
Yes, I do.
She probably does.
Let's see. We also have our friend TLJ Screwed. Oh, sorry. So Billy Ritchie says, did you guys ever watch X-Men and Iron Man anime? Yes, I did, Sir Billy Ritchie. I watched, I think, all of the Marvel anime that came out in the mid-thousands, early thousands. What about you guys?
I never watched the X-Men one. I watched the Punisher Black Widow one that came out in like 2011. But yeah, I never watched the X-Men anime.
No, I didn't watch any of them.
Nope.
Jacob Kaiju, if you're feeling down today, buddy, well, we're here to entertain you and make you laugh. So everybody, show some love to Jacob Kaiju in the chat right now. Because that's what the Fandom Menace does.
Jacob Kaiju, look at our icons. They're hilarious.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jacob Kaiju. Kendo, say something silly.
That bitch Carol Baskin thinks that she runs everything. Well, she don't run shit. She killed her husband and she fed him to a fucking tiger. I know this. And they say I tried to kill her. I did not. Some other guy did. I just merely paid him to do it, and now I'm in jail. Motherfucker.
Well, Jacob, if you're feeling down, buddy, I have an original song here for you, partially inspired by my personal favorite artist, Yoko Ono.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Oh, God. This is probably the best
You feel
episode
better,
ever.
Bubba.
We're changing lives, boys. We're changing lives.
TLJ Screwjob, for clarification, says, for FYI, I meant to say the fourth Pierce Brosnan movie on Tuesday, not The Living Daylights. Also, what's better, Dion, the fourth Pierce Brosnan film or Terminator Dark Fate?
That's a loaded question. Don't answer it.
It's a loaded gun, Travis. Don't point it at yourself.
Oh, Ruger's own shoot with clips in them.
Oh God, we really need to get that thing started with Dion's tattoo. We need to get that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get an F in chat for Travis accidentally blowing his head off.
Don't worry, I still want to do that Dark Fate tattoo. It has to happen now.
Yeah, we got it. We're to figure out like tiers and like all kinds of stuff like that. But
it is too good of a fucking idea for us not to do it.
At this point, I want him. I don't even want the Dark Fate tattoo. I want him to get a tattoo of Yoko Ono holding a Ruger.
God damn,
that'll be my second tattoo. That one I'll pay for myself. That's a piece of history, damn it. A piece of music history. My ongoing fight against depression. Screw you, depression. I got a hit single written and directed by Yoko Ono.
I just googled Yoko Ono tattoo. Apparently, Miley Cyrus has one. So,
of course
that
she
should
does.
tell you everything you need to know.
Of course she does.
Now, Dion, do you think that Die Another Day is better than Terminator Dark Fate?
Yeah. See, I can actually enjoy Die Another Day. Dark Fate, no. It tries to kill something I love.
So how many times did you watch it to make this decision?
I didn't, damn it. I was instructed due to how bad it was to not watch it. Okay?
We never told you not to watch it. We just told you what you were expecting when you went to see it.
Listen, I was instructed that it was terrible, that it was shit from the beginning. No, hell no.
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on right now. What was that?
The internet's taking a shit on this podcast right now.
Apparently it is.
TLJ Screwjob, I'm gonna go with Die Another Day is still more enjoyable than Rush Hour 3. So there's my answer.
Yeah, Rush Hour 3, they made that one too late and they tried too hard to make it and it just didn't work out.
Our friend Tito Torres has just got off work and wanted to say F COVID. Yes, F it, dude. It's the worst
definitely.
Thing. No Zack Snyder tattoos. Uncultured Barbarian, thank you very much. I don't even know the lineup for WrestleMania this weekend. I blame that bitch Carol Baskin.
Oh my God.
You don't need to know the lineup for the main event of WrestleMania this year because there is no main event. Roman Reigns is not fighting Goldberg. He's
that's got to be the weirdest thing, that to watch it and there's nobody in the crowd. It's just like them renouncing and with a lot of weird close-up shots. Like that's got to be really strange, like really, really strange.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it's going to look on camera.
It's gonna look bad. It's gonna look really bad.
Yeah.
Unless it magically like CG in like a fucking fake crowd of people or something.
I mean, they can afford it.
I don't know. Not now with Vince wanting to like take pay-per-views to ESPN or some shit and take them off the network. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Up next, we also John, are you dead? You're dead. Brandon Horn, thank you very much. He said, "Did Carol Baskin kill Epstein too?" Maybe.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with maybe because he didn't do it himself. Salvador says the Tigers call her Carol Baskin Robbins because she's got 31 flavors of dead husband.
Jeez. Jeez.
Did you hear that, Dion?
No, I did. I missed it.
Salvador says the Tigers call her Carol Baskin Robbins because she's got 31 flavors of dead husband.
Oh,
Good one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. That's a spicy meatball right there, boys.
Fried is wide 2019. Sorry. Modalicious says Oklahoma will not officially acknowledge Joe Exotic.
Well, I mean, they might have to now with everybody watching this documentary. So,
I mean, he's their greatest export.
Oh, dude, I saw a thing today where Joe Exotic, there's two famous people that are lobbying Trump to pardon him. Brace yourselves.
oh my god,
It's Kim K and Yeezy.
Oh, hell yeah. Of course. Of course. I think I have to second that one.
Yeah. So I saw that. I looked it up today because Free Joe Exotic is apparently a trending thing right now. And like one of the top news articles that popped up, it was like Kanye West and his wife Kim Kardashian are lobbying Trump to pardon Joe Exotic. I'm like, yeah, I could see that. I would be okay if they let him out of jail.
Yeah, it'll happen one day. I said earlier to Jesse, if this virus stuff wasn't going on, there would have been a much bigger push. But there's other shit going on. So
yeah, I was gonna say there's a few other priorities that are taking place
I read
now.
I read an article earlier that's apparently he's got COVID-19 while he's in jail. He actually contracted it.
Oh damn, he's got the COVIDs.
Yep.
Yeah, because I guess he's also suing the hell out of Jeff Lowe for like $94 million.
Yeah, he's doing well, dude. That guy, I think that guy was the biggest piece of shit on that whole documentary because like he played everybody and continued to play them. I was just like, jeez.
Yeah, he was a fucking snake for sure.
Dude, yeah. Con man for sure.
Oh,
yeah, because he had a fake Ferrari, the house he rented in Vegas, like all this shit, man. It was insane.
Oh god, Don Lewis is in the chat asking for help, boys.
I saw he's saying it's dark down there. Someone get him over there underneath the septic tank, damn it. Underneath it.
Yeah.
He's underneath the septic tank. He's suffocating for dear life, goddamn.
He wasn't fed to the tigers. Huh, how about that?
Didn't use enough sardine oil.
Yeah.
Our friend Fridays Why 2019 says Dion wants to give Carol Baskin his golden nuggets. Are you going to?
That's a negative there, Kimo Sabi.
That's bullshit. Dollars to donuts. I bet you that if the time was right and we were at a bar and Carol Baskin sauntered up to Dion, he'd go for it.
Yeah, he would. We'd have to put a GPS tracker on him and be like, all right, where is he? Is his body still moving? Or
a large breasted older white woman? Yeah, he's going for it.
He's been still for too long. We got to go get him, boys.
Yeah, I forgot Dion does get lost in public easily.
Yeah, he does.
It's happened a couple of times. And I was incredibly intoxicated when it happened. So I think exigent circumstances, goddamn
Which doesn't exactly breed, confidence. Yeah, he's only wandered off a few times. Of course, he was extremely drunk when it happened.
Right. Exactly.
Whenever we hang out, we're always pretty drunk, Dion. So that's like every time we hang out.
I'm clearly the Gene Snitsky of the group. It wasn't my
Whose baby did you kick into the first row?
Carol Baskin.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that then.
Oh, God.
Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says yesterday was Lon Chaney's 137th birthday. He is by far the biggest influence in the horror genre. Hashtag Joe Exotic for president. Nick,
Well,
what are your... Oh, Kendo, go ahead with what you're going to say.
I was going to say Lon Chaney, it would have been his 138th birthday if that bitch Carol Baskin hadn't killed him and fed him to the tigers.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. That's wonderful. Yeah, Lon Chaney did a lot of stuff for horror back in the day. He was, the movies he did, the makeup he did, and all the stuff he had done. I mean, really started off that whole thing and made the Universal monsters what they are and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, 137? Like, Google needs to really stop that when like people get to 100 and not do it anymore because it gets weird when you're like 437-year-old like Isaac Newton or whatever. Like, you need to quit that shit.
Well, here you go, folks. For those in the chat who do not know who are we're talking about, Lon Chaney Genois. There we go.
He used to be the vice president.
Of talent relations?
That was a different Chaney.
Yeah. That bitch Carol Baskin. There you go. There's Lon Chaney for you, Logan Michael, just for you.
Yeah, he did Phantom of the Opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't know, he did a lot of stuff, man. Jeez. Trying to see what else he did. That was effects heavy.
He was involved in a lot of that shit.
Yeah, man. So many movies. Good God.
You know what I've noticed a lot of YouTubers doing right now?
What's up?
Besides dumb
They've
bullshit.
been like, what?
Besides dumb bullshit.
Besides dumb bullshit. Like, everyone has their chat for some reason, like, on screen. There we go. There's the chat.
Nice.
For some reason, I just see, like, all these people are like, hey, my chat's on screen. I'm like, oh, is that a thing now that people do? All right, cool.
Apparently, how hard is it to them not to be able to read the chat as the chat's going by?
I don't know. I always consider our audience much wiser than your average tiger. Or
Well,
Well, they do have their balanced morning breakfast of cornflakes and fucking dead husband.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Carol Baskin, she's all dead up.
Yeah.
So we also have this is what I was dying to get to. Adam Wofford says, okay, guys, I live in Oklahoma and we are nothing like those guys. The Oklahoma City Zoo manager said people like Joe and everyone in that show are not normal.
Right. That sounds like somebody that's trying to cover the truth would say.
Conspiracy.
Just saying, guy. Even Joe himself said he was gayer than a $3 bill. So we're not judging, but we're just saying.
That's right. We saw a lot of Oklahoma in that documentary. And if you're trying to say that all of it isn't like that, I got to call bullshit. I mean, to say that a small group represents the whole, come on.
This is the corniest joke of the night. If you want to work for Joe Exotic, it'll cost you an arm and 2 legs.
Oh.
And a head.
That's a winner. That's a fucking winner.
Tonight.
Oh, jeez.
No, but I gotta think to myself, like, it would be really shitty right now if it's like this documentary was about a dude from Cincinnati or something. Everyone would be like, dude, you're just like Joe Exotic. I'm like, no, I'm nothing like him.
I swear.
He's a squirrely little white dude who probably weighs $150.
I mean, I think that's very fair.
Probably $155 with those 2 nuggets on his forehead.
Oh, God.
With the 2
Got
guns he has
golden
on his
nuggets
hip,
of that
double
boy.
his weight.
Oh man, yeah, that show was ridiculous, and everyone's like clamoring for season 2 or whatever if it happens. So,
Well, speaking of 2, what we won't be getting is a solo 2.
Oh,
you don't say.
Really?
Darn, right?
I can't believe
wait,
that. The first
are you
one was
telling
so
me
successful.
people are still holding out for a solo part 2?
No, but there are stupid people that think The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker are the best Star Wars films. So
That is a fair point.
Man, there are some really, really dumb people. I have a bridge I want to sell you.
yes.
I'm just saying.
Would you like to invest in my timeshare as well?
on the moon.
Yeah.
You have to go at least twice a year, or you lose it.
It only costs $12 million to get into space. So hey, You only need to
listen. Call Musk. I got a discount code. Right, he'll hook you up. All right.
What do you think Elon Musk is doing right now during this virus outbreak?
I don't know.
Watching
Trying to
Tigers
build
game.
ventilators or something. I
Real
hope.
mind.
Shit.
No, they're definitely making ventilators, but he ain't making them. He's sitting at home masturbating to Olivia Munn. Would be my guess.
Olivia Munn.
He's built one of those hyper tunnels to get up underneath the big cat rescue so he can kill that bitch Carol Baskin.
Dude, he could probably do it from space. Like, he could...
Elon Musk has spent the entire quarantine time designing a laser that he could just get right over Tampa, Florida, and just pinpoint her and pop her on her bike route. Turns out he was the assassin the whole time.
Well, he could at least afford a decent one, so it's fine.
Season 2 is Joe Exotic be like, everybody thought that the one hitman dude was the actual guy to do it, but he was the fall guy. Turns out we got Elon Musk. And he shot that bitch Carol Baskin with a fucking laser from space.
Oh. I can't even focus.
I'd watch
That's so
that.
good. That is so good.
So yeah, this is Alden Ehrenreich. He played, in quotation marks, Han Solo. Did he do a good job, Dion?
That's a big fuck no, El Jefe.
Nick, did he do a good job?
I mean, no, he didn't. I mean, it was god awful. Like he tried really hard, and they tried getting a coach, an acting coach in there, and everything like mid production. Still couldn't do it, and they still put out a movie, and it was all bad. It was all just bad.
Kendo, you were on
Yeah.
the show back then. What'd you think of it?
Well, see, if you look at it from the perspective of, okay, so he was coming into a movie that, he wasn't the main character. Fuck no, he didn't do a good job. This guy sucked. I think I referred to him as the Goodwill Harrison Ford or a Goodwill Han Solo in my review.
Nobody wants him.
Oh yeah, no, he was the Han Solo of some old guy that died, and now you can get it for $5.
The funny thing, though, is if you look at pictures of screenings of Solo when it first came out, it was like the COVID-19 crisis all over, but 2 years early. Like no one.
I can attest to that. There was like 3 people in my theater.
Dude, if you Google Solo empty theater on Google, you get, well, obviously that's where you Google it. You get 2.9 million results with a Reddit thread that says, "Did anyone watch Solo in a surprisingly empty theater?"
Holy shit. And the craziest thing wasn't just that, it was the fact that when the movie came out, so many critics were like, oh, it's this, it's that. Not one actually talked about the movie. That was fucking nuts.
Oh yeah. They kept going into really weird details or saying like really vague things about it or whatever, and it just didn't work out. I'm just like, what you're saying doesn't mean anything. You haven't said shit about the movie. Like, just like, and you could tell Disney had paid them, or they were getting their, they had gotten some deal through them or whatever, and they were just playing along. I'm just like,
dude, the critical reception right before it came out was so fucking weird. I mean, they kept saying imaginative and a nice take, but not one criticism or even real breakdown of how the film was. It was it was so weird. And then the movie comes out, and then you see this crazy paradigm shift where they were like blaming, obviously they were blaming The Last Jedi, but this weird, refusal to acknowledge that you guys told us that they fired the directors and that they had to hire an acting coach for Heidenreich to play fucking Han Solo. And then they just refused to talk about the movie. It was strange.
Yeah, we knew about reshoots. We knew about firing the director, getting Ron Howard in, like all this stuff. And then you expect people to go watch it after all these mistakes you've made? Like, come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would equate the reviews that were written for that movie to the same thing as if people were like covering, like an elementary school field day. There were a lot of words like great attempt, brave try, an amazing spectacle, and things like that. But nothing was like, so here's what happens in the movie. It was all like, oh, you could see there was a lot of heart in their effort out there. It's like, okay, so is it any good? No, you don't tell me that? Okay. Fantastic, thanks.
Yeah, it was dog shit.
Yeah, and they kept trying to talk about how good Amelia Clark was. I was like, what about the motherfucker playing the character whose name is on the movie?
Right.
Oh, your name is Han? Do you have a last name? No. Who are your people? I'm
don't-
all right, Han Solo.
Don't recant that line. That line pissed me off more than anything in the movie. Like, that was so fucking dumb. It's like you're by yourself. Okay, we'll call you Solo. Like, go. That is so unimaginative and so fucking lazy that they thought people would just like let that go. It's like, really, that's what you have. That's your whole big thing. Is that this is how he gets his name?
Hey, it worked out for him though. He invented those plastic cups.
Mm-hmm.
Still though, like that was just like ridiculously lazy, even for Disney. I was just so disappointed in that.
Yeah, that's shitty writing right there.
Well,
100%.
the writer John Kasdan says it's unlikely to happen at Disney Plus. Now, John, I'm not surprised because you're the same motherfucker who was going on about making Lando pansexual and attacking the fans that they didn't buy into your whole thing. And it's like, is Star Wars really the place for this stuff?
No, because it's the future. No one gives a shit. You know why? Because there's this fucking galactic war going on.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about who's fucking as long as they fight the galactic war, they're alive or whatever the hell's going on. They care about the goddamn war.
Right.
Yeah, they're not giving about that. And that's what's so frustrating is, and again, especially the Facebook group, so many of those guys got their heads shoved so far up their ass they wouldn't be able to smell shit if you gave them a fucking physical description. But, the fact of the matter is, no, they wouldn't give a shit. Because even if we pretend that, okay, we're going to accept the sequel trilogy or any of the movies, okay, we're just going to accept it. We're not going to ask questions about the plot, blah, 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 blah. They would not care because they're in a war. And all fucking is of this fucking Odyssey, this space opera, they're all in a war. They don't fucking give a shit. They wouldn't be like, okay, let's worry about robot fucking freedom. Yeah, that's what we're worried about. Not the Empire finding us and killing us. Okay. No, we specifically wanted to make sure that our force is diverse because that gives us the best shit. No, we're the resistance, which means that we were at what point the fucking losing side. We need to win this war. No, I don't give a shit about, hey, her dress. She's the lady. She has to be the admiral because ladies and women and all that shit. No, I don't want to die. We just got our asses kicked. No, they don't give a shit. Or okay, there's the black dude. He was going to be a big deal. And the Asian girl, they're right. We need to worry about arms dealers, and that's fucked up because no, bitch, our fleet is being chased by a Sith Lord. We can't have this conversation right now. Who gives a shit? We need these arms dealers because we're in the middle of a fucking war. And it's just so fucking fun. It's just so, like, even to play dumb for these people, no, they wouldn't give a shit. No, they wouldn't give a shit. How many people do you see African countries that are in the middle of a civil war crying about fucking, they're like, no, we don't want to fucking die in our homes. So fuck that. Fuck all that.
Well, when asked on Twitter about Solo 2, Jonathan Kasdan says, don't think anyone's pursuing a Solo sequel at the moment. I think a feature at this point would be a tough sell, and Disney Plus Star Wars slate is really pretty packed. All shows I'm looking forward to. My work on Indy is long over, but I'm excited there's forward movement. I don't think there's going to be an Indiana Jones 5. I don't think it's ever going to get made.
Yeah, I wouldn't put money on it.
Dude, the way this shit has ravaged through Hollywood and people are going to be taking less risks, and I mean like actors, like I don't think they're just going to make the movie. I think they'll sit on it. There was that article that came out today. There's people that are rushing out, that are ready to go out and see movies in theaters again, but there's going to be a big contingent of people who aren't ready for that. They're just going to stay at home and go direct to digital and all this shit. So I think we're going to see the movie theater biz take a big hit for a while.
Yeah, man. My brother works at Regal, and he's been cut to he's luckily the supervisor, but he's been cut to half hours, and he's just working from home now. That's his whole thing. He can't go to the office at all. and everybody else has been given given their papers or whatever, saying oh, you've been laid off, but whenever we start up again, we'll rehire you, hopefully. So
yeah, like I said, it's because obviously I care about everybody. Knowing your brother, I'm just like, I hope all this shit goes back to normal for everybody. I just want better movies at the same time, especially Star Wars stuff.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of the movies that are going to be made very carefully. No, we might not see the $100 million or $150 million movies for a while, because they want to invest little money, and hopefully they'll be looking for a good solid story and putting money and time into that and making something that's going to last like maybe 3 parts. And not do these $100 million, $200 million things that they're like, oh, it's going to make $1 billion. Like $1 billion, I think after this is going to be really hard to get. It's going to be extremely difficult to get after all this, after things go back to normal.
Agreed.
And I think you're going to start seeing the 10 million, the 20 million, the $50 million movies, and you might see less movies than we've had in the past 10 years. Hopefully they're going to be better, and there's going to be more of a story to them, and we can latch onto them easier, as opposed to these things that they just fling out all every year, and they hope does well, and it doesn't, and it flops, and just becomes it doesn't make it anywhere. So I mean, we'll see what happens.
Do you think, just all you guys obviously chime in, do you think Black Widow is going to actually get released?
I think it's going to get put on.
I think they already announced that it's going on Disney Plus, haven't they?
It was the rumor, but it hasn't been official. I think they're not gonna release it in the fall. I mean, they really want that to be a summer flick, and I don't feel that Disney's gonna wait a whole another year and fuck up the schedule. I just can't see it, and I also think that movie is just, I don't think it would do well in the fall. But I think to be honest, I think we're gonna see the opposite. I think we're gonna see an uptick for sure. People wanting to get out of their houses and going to the movie theater, and I'm going to see a more conservative structure of Hollywood. I think they're going to put even more money. I think we're going to see more $100 million movies. I think we're going to see more $150 million movies, because they're going to want to make those billions back quickly, and they're going to cut fucking corners. They're going to do everything. I think we're going to have a small surge in reboots and remakes too for the next couple of years, because there's especially from studios like fucking 20th Century Fox, but they're not a thing anymore. But like Universal, and I think we're gonna see they're gonna start pushing out fucking Fast and the Furious movies faster than shit. Paramount. A lot of them are going to be cutting corners to try and make as much of those billions as possible, and we're going to have some shitty movies, boys. I think we're gonna
year 2000 again.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be. I'm thinking when this shit's full. Yeah, well, no, worse. I'm saying worse. I'm saying say everything's somewhat back to normal by summer 2021. I think we're gonna have. So of all the blockbusters in the summer, I think 3/4 of them are gonna be bombs, straight fucking bombs. I think we're gonna have a record-breaking amount of major studios, 1 or 2, 3 years, but it's gonna be tough, because they're gonna be cutting corners. They're gonna be worrying about trying to make money quickly, and they're gonna fucking try to check all these boxes. They're gonna go with every fad they can think of, and they're gonna fucking fail.
Well, I think that's an interesting approach to thinking about it. I personally am more along the lines that they won't put out these, like Avengers. Like I said on the stream the other day, you're so lucky, Disney, that if it had to happen, you're lucky that it happened this year instead of last year, because if this would have happened, this would have derailed the Avengers. Actually, a year ago today, I believe I bought Avengers tickets. And you want to talk about, box office smash hits. Every fucking movie ticket website shut down when trying to buy Avengers tickets. That never happened for Rise of Skywalker. We went through all that stuff. But imagine if, like, you're at the end of this $1 billion, because I think the budget for both Avengers movies, the final two, with budgets, marketing, and all that stuff, was like $1 billion. Those two movies cost everything at Disney, and they made the money. But if you had this happen this year, you wouldn't have had that happen. You would have had a huge box office flop. They would have probably rushed it out the streaming and charged you $50 to watch it, type of thing. And people would have. I would have. Fuck it. But I don't think we're going to see Black Widow make $1 billion. And I think if this has a shockwave that affects Hollywood for a long time. MCU's gone because people go to see these big special effects spectacle movies. They want to go see Guardians fly through space and all this cool shit. And if there's not a theater to exhibit it in, yes, you can watch it at home, but you got to figure out, one, there's that connotation of direct to video. Nick, you and I have watched a ton of shitty horror films. Kendo too. Well, Dion, you have as well. Or action movies. Direct to video action movies are definitely shittier than big budget theatrical.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, they are.
it's like you have Highlander 1. Is Highlander 2 direct to video? It should be because it sucks. But
no, I think it originally had a theatrical release.
That's a shame right there.
Yeah.
But you had all these direct-to-video movies, and you have this connotation of that. And so I think that Disney could not have these big budget films come to Disney Plus, and they could make their money back, because you have to market them still, you have to make them, you have to pay all the people to make said movies. I think we go to smaller, more thought-provoking movies. Maybe we see an upsurge in horror. I saw when I was getting to this article about Obi-Wan, Shudder's seen a huge influx in subscriptions. I was actually thinking about re-upping mine because I had VRV and they got rid of it and I haven't used it. And I'm like, I really want to watch that documentary series on the horror films. The curse.
Well, I mean, I'll trade you a VRV for Shudder.
Oh, deal. Then
just
just
log in, yeah. Because
we'll
you got
right after there.
Yeah. I'm just saying because like you've got like what is it, the cartoon stuff I want to watch. There's all the Scooby Doo shit on it.
Yep,
that I want to watch all the time. Yeah, so like yeah, I will totally trade you for that.
That sounds like a plan, my friend. Well, that's what we'll do. But no, people are watching other things. I think you will have a smaller independent stuff take off. I think a lot of that will be more dependable because it's less moving parts in a project. Look at a John Wick movie costs so little compared to I don't know, just again a Marvel movie. And John Wick movies are still making great money based off their budget. So I think we just go smaller for years. Eventually, we'll have a big budget box office.
Man. I hope you're fucking right.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if they do all big budget films moving forward and they all tank, it's going to have to be like China to make up for it. And you know what happens when they cater to the Chinese market? We get Transformers, we get extra scenes in Iron Man 3, and those people don't even like them in China. So, I mean, there's just, I don't know. They need to stop with the money first approach, and they need to make a product that everybody has to have.
Yeah, I mean, and hopefully this kills the whole woke thing in Hollywood as well. Hopefully that this, that will kill it, and they won't do it anymore, or they'll do it less.
All they have to do is marry it to Carol Baskin, and then it will die. Bitch will feed it to a tiger.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Disney does have a big ass septic tank. Look at Lucasfilm.
Damn.
I the biggest problem with what you just said, especially with you and Nick going back and forth, is that it makes too much sense. And again, this is Hollywood we're talking about. They don't do what makes sense. And again, I think it's not just. And again, that's why I hate just blaming it on one specific thing. It's a litany of things that Hollywood cannot help themselves. The first thing they do when they get a brand new sidearm is shoot themselves in the fucking foot with it. And they will, especially when everything gets back to normal, because especially want out and go to the movie. They want to go to the bar and then go see a flick. You want to go out. You want to get the fucking kids out of the house and go to lunch and go to see a movie. And I think they're gonna, instead of focusing on making stories that appeal to those people, like movies, because they're good, they're going to go on every fad. There was a comment a little bit ago in the chat about, viruses and quarantine being the next big thing. I think you're going to look at Contagion, or whatever that Netflix thing that just came out recently. There's going to be a huge uptake in those types of fucking movies. I think we're going to have a lot of fucking corners getting cut, because they're like, oh, we got to make this billion back. We got to make catering China. It's a lot more bold people. Oh, we're all under quarantine in fucking March. Americans were in quarantine fucking March. let's literally take trending for the last 6 months and write scripts based on that. They're gonna cut a lot of fucking corners, man, and I think you're gonna see a lot of dumb shit that is all theme based, whether it be viruses or internet trolls. You're gonna have a lot of Fanforstic level villains that are, the punky Americans that have tech jobs that talk a lot of shit online. Those are gonna be your villains. You're gonna see a lot of fucking political clones being, making posse decision as your villain type. You're gonna see a lot of lazy, a hell of a lot more fucking Trump references. We're gonna see a lot of corners getting cut, dude, and it's gonna. I really pray that you're right. I sincerely do, but I think when it comes to doing what makes sense, Hollywood would rather do what is fucking easy.
Well, when you elaborated on your definition of cutting corners about the low-hanging fruit, I agree on that point. Wholeheartedly. I agree with that. It's sad, and I hate to. It's not that I hate to agree with you as a friend as a joke, but it's like I really don't want that in entertainment. I do like the high road. I like the stuff that kind of brings people together. I was having a discussion with Jesse yesterday. We were talking about Supernatural and how it has a nonpartisan audience.
Yeah,
right. Bipartisan audience, excuse me. And so it's just about appeals to everybody. It's got traditional roles for characters and heroes and stuff like that people on both sides of the aisle like. And I think when you're rushing out to get the hype of something online, you're going to put out something remember The Hunt that came out that was supposed to be so offensive that they held it back.
No. I look at The Hunt. I remember that because The Hunt came out and then it went away. It came out right before all this, right at the peak of the shit going down, and then went away again. And I think it's online. You can buy it for $20 and watch it if you really want to.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it, but I don't want to pay $20 for it. So
yeah.
I like Betty Gilpin, but I mean, I think depending on what the cost is, we might see a return to practical effects, which could be cool.
Yes, I hope so.
God, I hope so.
Okay. All right. Well, Jesse was saying how they usually cost less than CGI. So, I want the return of blood squibs in action films, or that's why everyone says how great Jurassic Park looks. Well, because they built a giant T-Rex.
Yeah, man.
That's really there. That's a thing, a physical thing that actors interacted with. No more weird Star Wars Episode 2 shit where it's like, hey, we're going to do a crash zoom on this, and they're just in a green screen room.
Well, even then, if you watch the Blu-ray, even the Blu-ray transfer of Jurassic Park now, those effects still hold up. There are no weird lines. There's no weird early 2000s CG kind of bullshit. It still holds up now. It's amazing. It is crazy to think that.
Well, I was reading one of the chats. Somebody says there will be an increase. Always happens when a disaster is fresh in the minds of people. People will watch because it's familiar.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those things. I mean, it's going to happen. But do you think people are going to watch a virus movie when it comes out? I mean,
we got a virus comic.
Game won the Academy Award. So
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point, Ken.
It's weird to think because it would be because we're in it right now. We're still in it and still going to go on for a little longer. Who knows how long? Would you really want to relive that by spending an hour and a half watching it? That's just me, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Look at the success of the Bourne movies. Yeah, I mean, look at the Bourne movies after 9/11, and that uptake in military films. I mean, after every military movie, there's an uptick in recruitment, but I mean that the early 2000s, I mean, how many Bourne-esque films came out? It was always a thriller, and the not the Bond-esque trend setting, but that theme of the CIA or the NSA is tracking this dude and that dude. I mean, even the first XXX movie. I mean, you had that whole and the NSA is training dudes to infiltrate former military terrorist group. It's like I 100% believe they do the same thing with this Contagion shit.
I know that I've watched a bunch of we rented The Happening. We bought Signs. We watched Into the Tall Grass last night. I kind of dozed off, but we've been definitely our intake of post-apocalyptic horror, spooky stuff has gone up. I mean, hell, we're even watching Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction at night. So I mean, dude, with Jonathan Frakes.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Holy shit!
I love
Have you
that
ever
show.
gotten lost in a parking lot? Dude, Nick, do me a favor tonight. I'm going to send all you guys this video. I want you to watch it at 0.5 speed on YouTube. It sounds like Jonathan Frakes is drunk and sad.
That's how I like to imagine my Jonathan Frakes is always drunk and sad.
Well, I mean, he is doing Picard, so he probably is. You know?
Yeah, I'd be drunk and sad too if that was my show.
You'd have to be to get through that shit.
Oh my god!
Shout out to our friend Sketch Therapy. Haven't heard from him in a while. What's up, man? How you doing? I do think there's a big change in Hollywood. Luckily for Hollywood, so many people have already accepted the Netflix model and all these other direct to streaming things. It bothers me the most of all this, Dion, is that Beverly Hills Cop 4 does not get a theatrical release. It'll be direct to Netflix.
Yep.
Oh god,
and that's disappointing.
There have been like I found how high part 2 on there, and I was like, I don't want to watch this because every part 2 that goes directly to Netflix is dog shit.
That's true.
Because there was an Inside Man part 2, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I realized it halfway through, and I was like, this doesn't make sense, and I don't like this. I turned it off immediately. I was like, what are you doing, Netflix? Like, you have you spend $20 billion a year on content. Make better shit.
Well, they can't.
No, they can. They just choose to fill up their catalog with their own stuff, and then like we're like, hey, we got things. We have 10,000 original movies and shows and shit, but it doesn't mean anything.
You ain't lying.
No, I mean that's how they pad out their stuff.
You know whose fault that is that Beverly Hills Cop 4 is going directly to Netflix? Well, I'll fucking tell you, Carol goddamn Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
God damn.
People in the we just got a tweet telling us how much they enjoyed tonight's stream. It's funny, folks, as the world's falling apart around us, and entertainment news has dried up, and there's still some pop culture goodness left out there. We just have to find and take pleasure in the little things, like Carol fucking Baskin.
Well, make sure you guys are sharing the links to the show so everybody else can enjoy this as well. Because YouTube's being weird and not letting other people enjoy this. So help us out.
Yeah, well, I was telling Jesse the reason YouTube's going to be dry for a while is because they're integrating a TikTok-like feature because they're trying to go. And so that's going to just hurt all of us.
Just stop already.
I know.
Listen, listen, YouTube. You tried getting people to pay for it, and that didn't work. Now you're going to try to go for TikTok? Like, no. Just stop.
I downloaded TikTok today. Did you make us a TikTok for the channel?
Yes, I did. I'll send you the information.
Cool, because I'll just
You whore.
I'll start using it.
Hey man, you got to stay ahead of the game. All right, that's how it is. I hate doing it. I hate social media. I think it's all dog shit. But you got to stay ahead of the curve. So.
Yeah. So this Obi-Wan news in front of you, folks. Obi-Wan series has a new writer, King Arthur: Legend of the Sword Scribe. Now, was that the King Arthur film that failed?
Yeah, the one with the dude from Sons of Anarchy. Yep,
Okay.
and Jude Law.
Oh my god.
Well, that's positive.
Wow. I'm really excited, as well as Zack Snyder's upcoming Army of the Dead. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, wait, no. Now, is that an original movie, or is that something that he's copying from a graphic novel, or that's a remake?
Well,
Are they trying to drive us to the COVID?
they are, because first off, the cast for the Army of the Dead is Krista Elia, Dave Bautista,
Oh,
and 5 other people that we don't know.
I have a question.
Yes.
How big is Batista's dick?
Some people want to know. Not me.
Yeah, a lot done.
What?
Crystal Leah is
Oh.
not funny.
Well, I agree. I don't like him. Army of the Dead is an upcoming American zombie film directed by Zack Snyder with a screenplay co-written by Shay Hatton and Joby Harold, based on a story by Snyder. And the film will be released on Netflix.
It's a zombie movie.
So-
Go fuck yourself.
So instead of rebooting movies, they're rebooting like pop culture tropes from like 12 years ago.
Yeah, Walking Dead has like killed the zombie genre for a good long time.
Right.
Even what is it? Zombieland Double Tap failed at the box office because people were just tired of seeing it.
Yeah, dude.
So.
The zombie thing was old in 2012.
Yeah.
Here's an image for those that are watching. Wow, that is really zoomed in right now. 500. There you go. There's an image for everyone who wants to know that David.
What the fuck?
And Angsty Girl is angsty. And what's
Yeah. I love her angsty punk rock kind of t-shirt. Like
it looks like she's cosplaying as Brie Larson.
it looks like she's angry at her dad. Okay.
Well, that's why she's standing next to the black guy.
There you go.
So anyway, this guy, this Joby Harold, because yes, trust people with two first names. They're working on this Obi-Wan series. Now the Obi-Wan series went bye-bye. It was Grace Randolph that broke the scoop. By the way, Grace Randolph has another scoop, and she's talking about how Black Widow is getting direct to streaming, and it's going to cost like $40. That's just a Grace Randolph scoop. Now you're only as good as your last scoop, and her last one that I noticed came true, but I don't trust everything the woman says. But going by that. But back to the Obi-Wan point I want to make. The show I didn't think was ever going to come out. I still don't believe it's going to come out. Star Wars, everything with Star Wars these days is just kind of messy. Yes, you've had the disappointing $1 billion picture, not my words, the words of Scott Mendelson. It's a $1 billion wash with The Rise of Skywalker. You have people kind of abandoning the box set that's coming out. It's very underwhelming. It's full of stuff everyone already has that you could buy at a cheaper rate if you bought everything separately. And then you have the High Republic, which really isn't setting the world on fire. Like, did you guys realize they rebooted the Star Wars comic books from Marvel already?
Yep.
Did not know
Yeah,
that.
I did see that. Yep. So like I heard about that on Marvel's Marvel Today or whatever their podcast. They were talking about that. So
it's like, hey, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna tell you this. We're gonna make up new stories between Empire and Jedi because that's what you want. No Han Solo, right?
Exactly.
That's not what we wanted. We wanted good Han Solo, not no Han Solo. Get it fucking right.
Yeah. Right. Nick, did you see that new box set? Speaking of zombies, briefly, from Dawn of the Dead, the deluxe one. That's coming.
No, I didn't. I missed that one.
I'll send you a link after the show. I want to buy it. Okay.
Damn, dude,
incredible. So we have this Obi-Wan show coming out, and I guess this is going to pick up. Apparently, there's more. They're getting ready to shoot it in January. I don't know if that'll happen. I know it's only April 2nd, but you never know how long this shit's going to go on for. It could be pushed back. I think they already filmed The Mandalorian Season 2, according to some people that I've talked to. So if that's the case, you'll have Mandalorian Season 2 hit at a regular time, and then Clone Wars will be over fairly soon. By the way, I started watching Clone Wars. I was very excited. I haven't watched it anymore, and I'm not trying to be, a douche about it. It's just like it didn't hook me. That's all I can say.
I liked it a lot too. I watched the second episode. Second episode, I gotta finish it up. I like I said, I've kind of been in the same boat where I enjoyed it. It wasn't a lot to keep me where I gotta watch it as it comes out. So I mean, yeah, that's one of my things. My plan this weekend, especially if we're not doing anything for the channel, but. I first two episodes I loved. I just, it wasn't 1999 wrestling or anything. So I wasn't like, I need to see what's happening next week,
Well, this weekend is WrestleMania weekend, Dion. So just take it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
If you need to watch the network, just let me know.
Good man.
But no, I loved Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan. The further we get away from the prequels, the more I respect it. But the writer, the two things that he's known for, obviously Army of the Dead is an unknown entity, an unproven entity, but the King Arthur movie kind of shit the bed. It's got a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, 1.5 stars from the posthumous Robert Ebert, and it was a big flop. It had a $175 million budget, and it made $148 million.
As I say, there was no kind of shit in the bed about that there, Jeff. It shit the bed Amber Heard style.
Damn.
Was the finger cut off?
Well, yeah, after that movie shit the bed, it cut off somebody's finger. And then claimed they were the ones that were getting beaten.
Do you want to talk about Amber Heard on After Hours?
We can.
Yeah. All right, cool. Trash. Anyway,
Trash.
Carol Baskin.
She would have been perfect in the Tiger King documentary. She would have fit right in.
Yeah. Why doesn't she play? Well, what you should do is you should have somebody take a T-bone steak to Amber Heard's face and then have her play Carol fucking Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
Oh my god.
So before we get to our final segment of the night, while we're gonna get caught up on some of the stuff the listeners want to say, Dion, would you like to find out who you're gonna be quarantined with for the next month?
If it's not Sofia Vergara, I'm still interested.
I have some bad news. So for you, you're gonna be quarantined with Chewbacca, Caillou, and what's your favorite
Wait.
character, Dion?
You say Caillou?
Caillou, that bald kid character.
Yeah. Oh shit. Who else?
What's your favorite color?
Oh, green.
I should have known. And Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, fuck me.
Now, Nick, you're going to be quarantined with Gandalf.
Okay.
Your birthday is what? January?
December.
Shit. Okay. You're going to be quarantined with Gandalf, Darth Vader, and what's your favorite color?
Red.
Doc Brown.
Oh, fuck man.
Dude, we're gonna cook up some weird shit, man. It's gonna happen. We're gonna make some space meth.
Now, Kendo, you're going to be quarantined with Betty White.
Okay.
You're January, right?
Yeah.
Joe Exotic.
All right.
And what's your favorite color?
Red.
Doc Brown as well.
Yeah,
I
way
win.
to play that one. Fuck you.
Dude, my favorite color is red.
You guys may
Red.
have better options, but I'm going to have the best time because I'm quarantined with Miley Cyrus, Ice-T, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh god.
I'll give you the
Turtles getting
last one.
fucked, trucked, and tucked.
Yeah. Probably Miley.
Yeah. Folks, if you would like to play along with us, there's the screen. There it is on your screen right there. Jesse, you'll be quarantined with Miley Cyrus, Caillou, and what's your favorite color? Blue, you said? And the Ninja Turtles. So, very similar to me. But the Ninja Turtles will be fun. We'll make some pizza.
We kill Miley Cyrus.
Sure. It's everything's legal in quarantine. So, there you go. That's going to be quite the orgy. Yeah,
Kind of like the purge. Yeah.
Quarantine's actually the purge.
Oh,
God, I have the same big speaker that Dion has, and I wanted to set it out in front of my house here and just play it at night and really fuck with my neighbors. But I don't know how that's gonna go over.
you should do it because they'll probably not realize it.
That's probably true. I'll just video it and send it to you guys.
Our friend Modalicious says there are two Oklahomans, Christians and that, in regards to Joe Exotic.
Oh my god! Wow. God. Yeah, I'm never coming to Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
Dion, I have some bad news for you, Dion.
Shit.
We got a message from your chair. It says, Dion keeps me warm with his sweaty golden nuggets.
Ooh.
That took a turn I wasn't expecting.
Thanos EVS says, my majestic purple nuggets swing in the wind.
Well, he is the reason why we're all under quarantine.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know who Kenny G is, Daniel? Kenny G is a mistake. That's who Kenny G is.
Yeah. think of every music you've ever heard in an elevator. Kenny, something to do with it.
Yeah. Kenny G, yeah, owns all the elevator music for all the elevators across the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just reading some of the people. He did that one song. Kenny G. I always think of Wayne's World 2 when Garth is
when he's getting the dentist.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Up next, we have our friend Chuck E. Cheese who says the only winner in Tiger King is the local meth dealer.
Yes,
Business was not dry.
Dude, he sold to the whole GW zoo.
Well, no shit.
Like all
Look
of them
at
all the time. He
By the
was
way, Dion,
he was sending them truckloads.
We need to
Yeah,
refer
there's a
to
reason why that zoo never had any money. It's because they were spending it all on meth.
meth in the meat truck from Walmart.
God.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, meth in the Walmart meat truck. That's where all the money went.
Dion from Chuck E. Cheese, we should refer to him as Obi-Wan Jabroni from now on.
Yes, Obi-Wan Jabroni. Fuck yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's a thing now. Damn it, it's a thing. Official.
Obi-Wan Jabroni. No,
Jabroni. It doesn't matter what you eat.
Kenny G mistook a saxophone for the skin flute and turned it into a career. Enough said.
Ooh,
Harsh
coming
fucking
in
words.
hot.
Ooh.
Swinging Cod says Epstein didn't kill himself. Carol Baskin did.
That's probably true.
That bitch. Jacob Kaiju has a question for us. Do you think the presidential race needs to be canceled? Hell, I would love for a do-over.
Nah, Reagan in a landslide.
Reagan in a
easily.
landslide.
Reagan
Yeah,
in a landslide?
That's our
Yeah.
answer. Reagan in a landslide.
Fuck that. I'm voting for
Yeah,
Biden.
and the vice president will be Jerry Lewis.
What about the first lady? Will she be Jane Wyman?
Yeah, I suppose Jack Benny will be the secretary of the Treasury.
I love this show.
Good night, future boy.
You know, I'm feeling generous. I feel like I should make a donation to the Youth Coast Guard Auxiliary. So
Do they still exist? Are they still a thing?
I mean,
Probably.
Google it.
Just look them up in your local phone book.
Let's see. Youth Coast Guard Programs Auxiliary. Here we go. Yes. There is a Youth Coast Guard Auxiliary partnership.
There you go.
We should just get when you Google that, it's a Marty McFly t-shirt that says Coast Guard Youth Auxiliary 30th anniversary. Make a difference. Donate today.
Fuck
Yeah, send them $10.
Good night.
Half of it is from me.
Yeah. Oh, Doc Brown, saving one person at a time. But Jacob, I don't know. I bet you people will be able to vote from home and shit. They'll find a way, or they'll.
Yeah, absentee ballots.
They make an app that just doesn't fucking work.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! If you voted by app for the president, that'd be one to be the most American thing, and two, it would get so fucking hacked and it would be cheated. It'd be
100%, 100%.
It would be like that Iowa caucus that they had earlier this year, all over again, but on a national scale.
Dude. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
By the way, speaking of our quarantine people, Mikey Toy Junkie might have just won. He has Snoop Dogg, Martha Stewart, and the Ninja Turtles.
Well, you know, Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart have fucked.
Dude, yeah. 100% they're banging. Easily.
Yeah. Definitely. And then the Ninja Turtles, so you have like I guess like crafty stuff, weed and pizza. Yeah, that's the dream. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and you can learn some ninjutsu while you're at it.
There you go.
We have a corpse speaking to us. Don Lewis says, "Help me! It smells like tiger down here."
Well, I mean, it will at the bottom of that septic tank.
Modalicious says Joe absolutely blew up his own studio. Do you guys think he blew up his own studio?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Because even the video of it when they show you it, like you can see that like blonde fucking mullet like waving in the background the way he's walking.
I would like to think that he didn't. I would like to think that bitch Carol Baskin did it.
God.
But I'm also a logical person, and who had the most to gain from the studio burning down? Joe Exotic.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, it was dude's tapes and everything's there from the producer, and he basically owned him, and he's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, that's so. See, anytime something like that happens, you have to say, who's going to benefit the most from this? That's probably your thing. Like, who would benefit the most from Don Lewis's money? Carol fucking Baskin.
Exactly.
Uncultured Barbarian, he says, maybe Sergeant Emil Foley was right about people from Oklahoma and an officer and a gentleman. I've never seen that film. What does he mean?
Don't know.
For some reason, I just kept thinking of Lee Emery's quote about the dudes from Texas in Full Metal Jacket, but I can't remember what he says about officer gentleman. Wait, is that the Oklahoma thing?
Yeah, I'm not going to say
No.
that on the channel, but yeah, I'm going to send you guys the quote that he's talking about.
Well, I know the quote. I'm just not going to repeat it.
Yeah.
Let's just say it involves
Cows.
animals and people of a certain persuasion.
Yeah. That's the most diplomatic way to say it, Kendo.
Right.
But thank you, Uncultured Barbarian. We agree that quote is crazy. McKeany90, thank you very much. He says, come on, Kendo. You know Elon Musk has a satellite set up in space, locked on Carol Baskin, just waiting to hit the fire button.
Goddamn right she does. Elon Musk is gonna shoot fucking Baskin, that bitch from space. Bitch.
Adam Wofford says Elon Musk is making cat girls with that witch Carol Baskin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would make anything with Carol Baskin.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna return her. Modalicious says Solo would have been better as a Casablanca ripoff.
I don't know about all that.
It would have been better if it would have been better if the guys from 21 Jump Street had made it into a buddy comedy movie, and it would have been actually a lot of fun and would have been cool to watch.
Yes.
You know,
stuck with that.
Yeah, if they would have stuck with that and not done this whole origin story thing and just been like, boom, it's a mission. That's it. That'd have been great.
Nope. Can't have a fun Star Wars movie, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
It has to have some kind of message about girl power.
I know. Because women are awesome and men suck. I know.
I mean, women are awesome, but I mean, they can't randomly be turning on lightsabers too, because that shit wasn't mentioned.
Because I've been carrying one for 3 fucking movies.
Yeah, fuck me, man. Give a brother a little consistency. That's all.
I know, but we're not going to get that with Disney Star Wars ever. So
nope,
true. It's over. By the
Shut
way,
up, you sexist piece of shit.
Shit.
Daddy.
Son of a bitch.
By the way, guys, somebody must have enjoyed this show because we have a new patron. We'd like to thank William Kingston. So,
Willie, Big Willie style.
If you're listening right now,
I'm gonna call you Willie King.
Jacob Kaiju says, "How would you guys do a woke parody movie? You mean like Woke Busters?
Woke Busters, baby.
Yeah.
We would just make it. We would just make it a a late 90s, early 2000s raunchy movie. That's all we would do. Because we need those. Damn it, we fucking need those back.
I think we should make. What we'll do is we'll make stuff that we can do. So comics, the cards game, and all that other stuff. But like, it'd be like American Pie. No, like not another teen movie. Not another woke movie. That's it.
Ooh, yeah. None of the teen movie was a solid parody though. I really do enjoy that.
Oh, I love that movie. Fucking Chris
man.
Evans.
Dude, it was so good.
Up next, we also have our friend Jacob or 007 Cloud who says this beats the Steve Harvey episode LMFAO.
Well, I mean,
finally,
there's a lot of episodes that would beat the Steve Harvey episode because the Steve Harvey episode is overrated.
It is still one of my favorite episodes. Hey, Steve.
I've been watching Family Feud with my grandmother at night, and I just can't handle that man at all. I really can't.
Dude, my grandma, her last Christmas, all she wanted to do was watch Family Feud with Steve Harvey, and that's what we did. And she loved that guy. I don't know why she liked him so much. She liked Family Feud in general, but she's like, "Oh, we got to watch Steve Harvey." I'm like, "Okay, Grandma, do you? I know you mean Family Feud. I know you don't want to watch his talk show because nobody wanted to watch his talk show.
Oh, nobody did. Didn't it last like a day or two, and then it just ended? I forget.
No, it lasted a couple weeks. I want to say, and
I think
then
years.
Was it years? I don't think it was years.
Okay, Google.
Well, clearly Steve Harvey now makes Brian Gumble look like
5 seasons.
What?
damn.
Show that ran for 5 seasons from September 4th, 2012 to July 13th, 2017, with a total of
Holy
20
shit! Was that
episodes.
recent?
Holy shit!
Damn, I thought the Steve Harvey talk show was like 10 years ago.
No, that was the Steve Harvey show on WB with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yes,
That was
the good one.
entertaining.
Yeah,
No, that was a good one. That one was a lot of fun.
that 5 years. Fuck me.
Uncultured Barbarian has a recommendation. Look on the bright side. Piranhaconda is now on Prime if you want to watch a fun, crappy movie.
I mean,
I'm gonna watch.
she's not wrong.
Have you seen it?
Anaconda is a
Hooray.
fun, crappy movie.
Hooray, Roger Corman.
Yeah.
That man is 96 years old and still making movies.
Hey,
It's got
do
Michael
what you
Madsen
love.
in it.
Okay,
Hell
Michael
yeah, it
Madsen.
does.
Michael Madsen ain't doing shit these days, right? He pissed off Quentin Tarantino, and now he's doing that shit.
What do you? I mean, I'd rather watch Piranaconda than. I'm trying to think of a Quentin Tarantino movie. I'd rather watch Piranaconda over most of them.
The Piranaconda looks
Yeah,
like
there's Piranaconda.
Okay, Roger Corman is 93, and he's still alive. He's still making movies.
well, good for him. You never forget about the art. There you go. There's Piranaconda for the chat if you want something to have a nightmare about.
Yeah.
By the way, the CG is top notch. It's like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. It's impeccable.
I mean,
I enjoyed it.
The CG from that episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series where they go to the Beyonder realm.
Oh my god.
McKinney90, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, I do think what Hollywood needs is another Spider-Man. And what I mean is a fun movie that brings everyone together after the crisis is over, like how Spider-Man was after 9/11. McKinney90, you know how I feel about Spider-Man. I always call it the first post 9/11 film. It was right time, right movie. The whole New York scene. I don't know if it was shot beforehand or after 9/11, but it just really hit those notes and it really caught on with a lot of people. And people were just like, okay, it's cool to go out. Do you think there could be something like that? Or do you think with social media and the way people are so dicky and online in general that we really couldn't have that moment not be picked apart?
I think it's possible.
I mean, I know what Hollywood needs.
They need us. Is what
Hollywood needs an enema.
I need a fucking one of those things to blow.
Yeah, here you go. That town needs enema.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I think you make a valid point, and this is, that's the comparison I always make. Like, we could use a Spider-Man movie after something bad happens. Now, are we at the end of this virus? No, I think we have many, many months left of, quarantines or mandatory stay-at-homes, shit like that. Maybe by the end of the summer, things will cool down, and maybe something big can come out in the fall. Maybe it's Wonder Woman. Maybe it'll be something else. But, you need something fun and escapist, though, too. Because remember, while Spider-Man... Oh, never mind. You made that point. Spider-Man was a fun movie that brought everyone together. We just need something that kind of crosses the aisle and goes, hey, this is for everybody. Come and enjoy it. It's safe to go out again. So we'll see,
yeah.
McKean.
Yeah, agreed.
Gray Jedi says, what we need is a good escapist movie that has the same cultural effect that what the original Star Wars did in 1977. I just, even if we didn't have something bad, I would just want that again because I want something, groundbreaking and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
And I do like that people always, use Star Wars as the example because what did we have that was the big cultural film before Star Wars? I mean, Planet of the Apes was not that, wasn't that big of a thing. It was a big science fiction film. But I guess, you came out of that funk of the 70s where, yes, you were making great films like Godfather and French Connection and stuff, but they were also like the big budget ones were Towering Inferno and the Poseidon Adventure and just like very dour, depressing, lots of people die movies. And then Star Wars, you leave after you watching this big epic fairy tale. So if we Gray Jedi, if they do something like that, I say we're sadly like 5 years away from getting that kind of fresh new idea.
Yeah, and again, the farther and I guess I should say the closer we get to the end of this thing, I think we're gonna have. I mean, you're gonna have some diamonds that come out of all this bullshit with all the pressure, but for major studios, I think we're gonna have the opposite of that for a little bit. A lot of shit to fucking deal with.
And yes, Drew, I agree. Jaws before Star Wars, that was the first blockbuster. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somebody wants us to read My Immortal again on the stream. Take a shot every time she describes her clothing. It'd be so fun.
God. No, we are gonna read the new Warriors when that comes out. So look for that.
We'll do some radio dramatizations. We should actually, guys, record the one we've been talking about and put it on Patreon.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Everyone will record our separate audio, and then you send them to me, and I'll do all the editing and take care of it. That'd be a lot of fun. We'll even get some dramatic organ effects and shit.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Man, just some crazy dumb shit like that. Kevin Castillo says movie theaters, dark fate. Well, movie theaters are facing a dark fate right now. I think I even saw something else about more. So employees are on furlough from certain companies. I mean, Disney just did that too. They put a lot of their employees on furlough. So,
Yeah, I remember hearing when this thing hit that drive-ins were booming for a little bit, but I mean with mandatory stay at homes or whatever, I don't know if that's still a thing or if they're still open or what the deal is with that. So we'll see what happens.
Jacob Kaiju says a new Terminator reboot will happen before the before the New Mutants comes out.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Dude, the New Mutants, the only it's going to come out is on Disney Plus or, in like another 3 years in the theater or whatever. No, because that movie's cursed, and I don't know what's gonna happen to it. It's just hilarious to think.
Do you think that James Cameron will endorse this new Terminator so heavily like he did the last one?
No. No.
He
I'm
learned
gonna
his
say
damn
no.
lesson. He learned his lesson the hard way.
No, because I think even he got mad at the audience about it as well. He made a little comments about it too, I think. And it's just like, no, man, when you keep remaking this, and this, especially that franchise has the most track record about, like, after part 2, everything was dog shit and nothing, and like you didn't make a lot of money on a lot of that stuff. So, and they kept at it and kept at it, and it's just like, why are you doing this? It's fucking done. Part 2 is it. It's over with. Everything else is dog shit. Just throw it to the wayside. Even Terminator Genesis, where they tried to reboot the whole fucking thing again, didn't make sense. This last one didn't make any fucking sense at all. The way they put the timeline together, and he still there was still one robot going through time that killed John Connor when he was a kid, and none of it made sense at all. And it's just like, quit making these movies. Like, pick, try to come up with something brand new and different. Like, go through some books or something like that. Try to find a franchise that people like or whatever. Just do something different.
I agree. Nick Ceasing Mage 315 says, Dion, here's $5 for another copy of Dark Fate and hashtag Horror Hound 2020.
Yeah, my man.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm on it's probably the May one's probably going to get canceled and postponed again too. Train. The way shit's going.
I just got all those convention exclusive like merch bags. So like, I hope people are cool in 2022 when they finally have another Horror Hound. It's like, hey guys, get the 2020 merch.
Yeah. It's a collector's item at this point.
Yeah, I'm glad I actually never told people what's in it though. Like, showed pictures and shit, because we just get new bags printed up and be like, oh, cool.
That's true. I mean, we if anything, if there's a Horror Hound Indianapolis, then we might do that one if that happens. So.
Whatever the next one is, we will do. It's not going to be like, oh, hopefully we can swing it. No, we'll make it happen.
No, we will. It just has to like coalesce and actually fucking become a thing.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure Cincinnati one over Memorial Day weekend in May is probably not going to happen.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Damn COVID.
Now, the 13th floor sent us 2 messages. Thank you very much, 13th floor. First one, just no message, but we appreciate it. Second one says, I messed up the first donate message, but I've noticed a trend in people not abandoning an IP wholesale, but rather the things they don't like. 13th floor, that was me with The Force Awakens. It took me 6 months, but then I picked back up into the original Star Wars, and if anything, I've kind of embraced it more and more, and I still watch the OT. It's been I don't think I've watched Star Wars maybe it was once this year, but overall still do like that. But I do cut out things I don't like from it. Do you guys do the same thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Indiana Jones movies, there's only the first 3. That's it.
That's correct.
Only 3. But yeah, like I don't abandon all Marvel comics, just the new shit. But I read older stuff all the time. I've been reading a ton of old comics, so I think 13th floor, that's a pretty popular trend. It's like if you like Game of Thrones, you've probably skipped the last season, or maybe I don't know though. With TV shows, it's a little worse because that's like the whole thing builds to that and then it's over. Like Dexter, I don't go back and watch Dexter because I know how it ends and it ends poorly. So with movies though, like with Star Wars, it always existed. It first existed as that one solo movie. And they didn't know where they were going to take it fully. And then eventually it became what it became. And then you had the trilogy that was its own thing for 16 years. And then the saga had ended. And for another 10 years, you didn't have more Star Wars films outside of the Clone Wars, animated thing. But yeah, I think more people are doing that 13th floor. Yeah. Mr. Burger has a delicious screen name. Says, all hail WCBS. Watch Mr. Burger, the Ain't Woke God on Facebook. The Anit Woke God on Facebook. All right. With a name like Mr. Burger, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, man.
Let me take a picture of that right there. There we go. Mr. Burger. Dixon Cider, great name, says, I'm quarantined with Kim Kardashian, Dion, and a horse. Fuck my life.
I mean, it's not terrible.
So
it is for you if you're there with a horse.
Yeah, I was about to say. So Dion's like anxiously banging Kim Kardashian, just looking at the horse all the time, make sure it doesn't get too close.
Anxiously banging, damn, man.
I don't even think it gets that far. I think Dion just sitting there, just watching him and the horse are having a stare now, like Kim Kardashian just sitting there, just like wondering what's going to happen. And he's like, it's essentially just Dion and this horse, eyes locked, just staring at each other across the room for ever,
Forever,
until
yeah.
the quarantine's lifted.
Now,
eventually Dion makes his move and kills a horse and eats it.
well, it's either that or kill Kim Kardashian and eat her, and I think the horse is all natural. So
that's true.
A lot less plastic.
That's true.
now, TLJ Screwjob, we're going to definitely read your super chat last because it's the perfect way to end the show. So let's see, Nick. Tell everyone about your movie before we head out.
All right, let me do the screen share. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Folks, I've been working on a movie for the past little bit. We finally got our Kickstarter up and running. There are 7 days left on this. We're past our budget, but yeah, it's an anthology horror movie where we take a lot of fairy tales like Three Little Pigs and Little Red Riding Hood and kind of pervert them and make them our own. And I was involved in this. I've shot 60% of it. I actually directed a segment. Jeff's in it as well. He makes a cameo.
I am.
And also, what was it, the other cameo? The other cameo we have is from Misty Monday, Aaron Brown. She's in this movie as well. She plays she plays the woman who kills the Three Little Pigs, I think. Yeah. Does an amazing job. Really fun working with her. But yeah, we need as much money as you can give us because we're at the end of this campaign. Give us what you can. We understand these are hard times. This is really, I'm sure this is a really horrible time for asking for money from anybody. But if you can't give us money, at least share the campaign and get it out further to maybe some people who can do it. But yeah, that's all I got. Also, let me whore out my channel. Hold on.
There you go. There's right there.
Here's my channel, Real Independent Productions, real with two E's because film pun. We talk about independent horror movies, and if you need any, if you're bored and you want to watch anything that's not normal and like you want to support some independent film, go through my stuff and you'll find some good stuff. Find some good movies there. They're usually on Tubi or Netflix or Amazon Prime, Hulu, things like that. If you don't find anything, if you have trouble finding stuff, message me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And, I'm sure I can find some links to something for you.
And by the way, folks, I picked up a copy of Nick's movie on Blu-ray, and Nick, we should do a watch party with it. Definitely, yeah. I'll get Richard involved and we'll do it. Yeah, because it's like, hey guys, I'm in a fucking movie. It's so weird. Exactly. So folks, this has been episode 213 of World Class Bullshitters. I'm going to be back with some work on a video to put out this weekend. The after show, you can find me over on Mindless Entertainment with Jesse. We are having a guest, Go Big Boar or Go Home. That's going to be a lot of fun. The link is in the chat right now. Jesse will be live in about 20 minutes. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. Last night we played the drinking game and we accidentally not accidentally, because you know what happens when you drink booze, you get drunk. So we had an impromptu drunk night and it ended with, first off, somebody's sending super chats for drinking liquor. So we drank the end of the Jameson Black Barrel, right? Black Label.
Black Label. We finished that in about, or Black Barrel.
We finished that with shots. Then we went to beers. Then after the stream ended and we were really drunk, we watched Beyond Belief Factor Fiction, and I spilled a burrito on myself. So it was that kind of party.
Or were you John Belushi? What's going on there?
I'm a zit.
Speedball.
So this comes from TLJ Screwjob. It's the perfect way to end our show. And remember, Jack, you are my number one guy. And don't forget it.
Had to
And
move
don't
my
forget
editing.
your lucky
Oh,
deck.
shit.
You piece of shit.
.com.
.com is right, folks. Thank you for watching, and as always, be excellent to each other.